Now, here are your hosts, Peter and CJ.
Yo! Happy 5th of July, everybody. Welcome back. I say welcome back like I'm assuming you were here yesterday when we were on also. So welcome back. Why wouldn't you be? Of course you would be. It's the experience. Everybody's here. No Peter Edmiston today. You got CJ, though. You got Max. And look at this. We got Tyler Springs in studio the whole time today. What's up, Tyler?
What up, baby? How we doing?
Man, I'm great. I am great. I'm so excited that you're here. Let's set the show. We're going to talk Grizzlies. We're going to talk NBA free agency. We're going to talk MLB. We're going to talk a myriad of other things. There we go. Show's been set. Call in. First Bank phone lines, 360-8255. Hit us up on the text line. 67129 is the text line. If you've never texted before, text 56-JOIN to 67129. Get you set up, get you locked in, and you'll be ready to go. Tyler, what you been up to, man?
This and that and the other thing, man. It's been a lot going on for me. I'm in the middle of baseball season, so I'm up there in Jackson, Tennessee, calling baseball games for the Jackson Generals. They're the AA franchise with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And they've been doing all right, but they're on the road right now, and I'm not on the road with them. That's the typical MO for me. So I get the chance to come down here and do stuff like this.
Yeah, and that's great.
Yeah, mess around, do radio.
So glad that you're not on the road with them weather. Outside right now, it's still hot. I think that we can stop saying the weather from now till, I don't know, November, because it's going to be hot. That's just it.
Doggone hot.
It is going to get up to 93 degrees today. So if you're doing stuff outside, you got kids running around outside, make sure they stay hydrated.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen. Oh, sunscreen also. Got to put sunscreen
You
on.
put sunscreen on your head?
Do I put sunscreen on my body? The answer is no.
No. Okay.
I am sunscreenless.
Do you get toned, though? Like, are you a darker shade?
Yeah, if you look at the top of my arm,
Yeah.
and then look at the inside of my arm.
All right.
There, but I'm just a chocolatey brother.
You
so
are.
like it doesn't hit me the same way it hits other people.
Speaking of chocolate, I don't know if this is a topic perhaps we can decide throughout the show. We can have listeners text in. But I'm curious to know whether or not I can have my own code name for today. Just for today. I don't have to be doesn't have to be forever, but I know we got 2% over there across the class.
We do have 2%.
We got chocolate across the
We are chocolate.
So I'm trying to
is
think
over
of
here.
things that go with chocolate and 2%. And I went through a list in my mind, and
Wait,
a lot
I
of it was
wanna
bad.
hear this list.
A lot of it was bad.
Let's hear
like
it.
Condensed milk. Not good. Not good at all. Buttermilk, which is kind of like, maybe.
Buttermilk.
But then I was like, wait a minute. What if it's not milk? What if it's something that simply complements the Dairy Boys?
Okay.
What if it's cookies?
You want to be cookies?
I could be cookies. I could be any kind of cookie. I could be a sugar cookie. I could be an Oreo. I could be a chocolate chip cookie. I can be an oatmeal raisin cookie. It's breakfast food.
Oatmeal raisin cookies aren't breakfast, are they?
Oatmeal's for breakfast. Raisins are for breakfast. You give Raisin Bran for breakfast. You might as well make oatmeal raisin cookies a breakfast food. 67129. Can you eat oatmeal raisin cookies for breakfast?
That's not a breakfast food.
Why not?
I don't.
Listen,
but your logic is flawless.
You're not allowed to eat.
I like it.
You're not allowed to eat cake for breakfast, right?
Correct.
What's that flat thing you put syrup on?
Waffles.
No,
it's flat.
The one without the syrup
Pancakes.
holders. There you go.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
You're not having cake for breakfast. You're having fried cake with syrup on it.
I see where you're going. So then oatmeal cookies should be a breakfast food.
That's what I'm saying.
It should be a breakfast food. How was your 4th of July, man?
My 4th of July was good. I got to do a little bit of work. Team's on the road, and did a little work for the baseball team. They lost, unfortunately, but that happens. You know, they got 140 games. They lose a lot.
Do they now?
They do. Yeah. A lot of games. A lot of games up there in Jackson, Tennessee. This one was in Chattanooga. But I went over and I had some pool time. It was cool. Spent the 4th of July with the girlfriend's family.
Nice.
Which was fun. It was good. It's a little bit of a madhouse over there because she's got 3 brothers and sisters.
Okay.
They're all grown. And between the 3 of them, between the 2 sisters that she has, they have 5 kids.
Oh, wow.
5 kids, and all 5 are younger.
Younger.
So,
We're talking like under 7, under 8?
I mean, one of them's less than a month old.
Okay.
So you got that. You got a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old. Yeah, it's
okay.
They're all down there.
Oh,
they're all down there.
That is something else.
That plus 2 dogs
Okay.
and a whole bunch of cookout food means it's a madhouse. There's a lot of fly swatting going on for sure.
Okay. Got to keep the door shut.
Yeah, well, we try, but then the dogs got to go out and the kids got to go out,
okay.
and it's but it's a giant fun time. Really was.
Good. Max, my man.
What up?
Glad that you're with us today, by the way.
What do you mean by that?
I didn't know if you were going to be stuck sailing the 7 seas on land today.
I didn't have any of that.
You didn't?
No,
What did you have?
just some beers. That's
Okay.
about it. Yeah, just a couple. Not that many.
Because you're responsible.
I had to
adult.
drive.
Yeah.
I heard there was going to be a kickball game or a slip and slide.
We didn't have that.
Oh.
We had like the big giant blow up slides, you
Yeah.
know, that's
Okay.
got the water running down. We had one of those.
Okay. How was it?
It's fun.
What all you get into the 4th? What was on the plate, Max? We talked at the very end of yesterday's show about what we were going to put on our barbecue plates. What was on your cookout plate?
Just the burger, hot dog, ribs, and baked beans.
Okay. Just solid. Just all of that is solid. That may have been a big 3, if you will, of cookout food.
Can you screw up baked beans? Is that possible?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
How?
Ooh. If you just take them straight from the can, just plop them in there. Yeah, come on, you got to add a little something to it. Put some peppers in it. Throw a little brown sugar. Put some honey on it. Throw in
Cut a hot dog.
Throw in hot dog. Throw in some bacon. Throw in ground beef. I did mine with sausage yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, hot sausage.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay.
It was nice. So, yes, baked beans on a scale of 1 to 10 is always should be around a 5 or a 6 at least.
Yep.
And then what you do to it should take it over the top.
That's fair.
Because I had baked beans yesterday. Went to Central yesterday. I didn't want to. Full disclosure. Don't judge me. Max is a judgy person. I know you're not, Tyler.
I try not to be.
I don't know how to grill. I don't own a grill. I don't know how to grill.
Like not even like George Foreman grill type of
Oh,
thing?
I can form it now. Wait a second.
Okay.
Like I can hit you with that George
Okay.
Foreman. I
All
can
right.
do that, but like on a charcoal propane
No.
grill, I'm lost. No clue what to do. So we went to Central yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And
Good choice, by the way.
And so we got a bunch of meat, and then I made some beans at the house.
Okay.
So that is how we did it. And then you got to invite somebody in the family over. So we invited my sister-in-law over. She's pregnant. Like, hey, come get this barbecue. I know your pregnant ass is hungry. Like, I know you want to eat. I know you do. And she is, like, pregnant. Like, about, like, full round belly. Like, about to pop any day now. It's due in 2 weeks type pregnant.
So this is going to make you an uncle.
Another uncle, yes.
Wow.
Because her 5-year-old comes over and just a giant ball of energy. You've experienced
I
that.
have, yes.
And so we're sitting at my house and watching Justice League. We're watching one of the DC Universe cartoons. Because
Okay.
in my head, here's what I was going to do. I was going to go home. I was going to eat all the meat I could, and then I was going to pass out into a food coma. I had resigned myself to that. Nobody invited me to a cookout. Thanks, guys. I didn't think about anybody with a pool, didn't think about getting into a pool or anything like that. So that was going to be my 4th.
Right.
Eat good food, watch a bunch of movies.
You can do worse.
That is it. Get ready for the show. So she comes over and we're running around playing, teasing one another, and she goes, Uncle CJ, you know I got a pool at my house. They just moved into an apartment with a pool.
Ah.
I said, yeah, I know. I sure wish you would take me to the pool.
Oh.
I said, you know what? You genius 5-year-old, you mastermind. Yes, we're going to the pool. So her mom drives to our house just to have me say, get back in the car. We're going to your house.
Yes.
We're going to the pool. and we get in the pool, and the 5-year-old loves it. I don't know if that was her first time in the pool, but she was about that pool life. Watch me go underwater, and she'd hold her breath, and she'd put her neck in the water, and then she'd come up like, see, I did it. Like, no, G. No, you didn't go under the water. Stop being scared.
I love that.
Stop being a little punk.
Goggles? No goggles?
No goggles.
No goggles.
No goggles. Just nothing on the eyeballs. Just trying, acting like she was going under.
Scared to put the head on the water?
She's like, help me go under. So I'd have to hold her and then dunk her down. She's like, help me swim. All right, lay on your belly. And she would lay on her belly, and I would hold her, and she'd freak out. She's like, nope, I don't like this sensation. I'm not about this life.
Could she float?
No.
Oh.
She can't do it. She can sink. She can sink.
You know, that's not
it.
a useful tool when you're swimming. I don't know if she knows that or not, but unless you're trying to dive down and get something from the bottom of the pool, the sinking kind of goes against the swimming part.
Yeah, no. She can sink, and she doesn't like the sensation of sinking. That I'm pretty sure it was her first time in a pool, because she was not about, other than like walking around in the water, and then every now and then she'd have to get out because she's like, oh, wait, did the land go somewhere? Like, I'm getting out the pool. I'll be back. And she'd get out, and she'd walk around the outside and say, okay, I'm coming back in. Like, all right, cool. So we did that, helped the sister-in-law put some things together. And then I got a call from my uncle saying my granny was in town. He and my aunt and my aunt's husband, all of them are in town. Granny's in town. They going to hit up Southland. Meet them up. I said, yes, let's do this. First time watching the dog race. Not the first time at the dog track, but I was always down in the penny slot area.
Right.
First time going upstairs to watch the dogs run, and man, is that fun.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
I've only seen it. I've seen it once, but it was on a Monday Night Football night with John Harden over there. And there was one late race, I think, and there weren't that many people there the way there would be like on a summer day like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They had people just up there yelling random numbers. Come on, 5. Go 4. Come on, 8. Let's get it. Go, go, go. So, boy, why are you, what? You are really into this.
So which one won?
We watched like 7 or 8 different races. They just had races going yesterday.
Yeah.
And various dogs won. I don't remember the numbers.
Did you pick any?
No.
Oh.
No, I can't afford to lose money.
I mean, I didn't know.
My uncle did, though. He lost some money.
Oops.
Granny and my granny's friend, they hit. Turned $50 into $496.79.
On the dogs?
On the penny slots.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
On the penny slots, not on the dogs.
No. Penny slot seems like more their speed. That seems to be the speed for a lot of the people who are like of an age.
Yes.
For whatever reason.
I'm of that age too, though.
You are not.
Like,
though.
I love the penny slots.
Weird.
If I go to a casino, that is where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm at the slot machines. I lost too much money one time playing blackjack, and after that I was like, you know what? I'm staying away from the tables.
Well, if you turn in $50 into whatever, what did you say?
$496.79.
Oh, I mean,
Yes. On the Buffalo slot machine. Shout out to the person who made that Buffalo, the running Buffalo, whatever that one is. Everybody should know what I'm talking about. Where you hit the button, and then if you get all the Buffalo, they like stampede at you, be like, hey, bonus time.
oh wow.
And then you just get all these free spins, and that's how they were able to rack up all that money.
That's
Like,
dope.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Did you get any of the money?
No.
Oh,
I got the joy of watching my granny's face light up, though.
that's good.
Like, that's fun. I want, when I get rich, hopefully it's before she passes, I want to go to a casino and say, hey, this slot machine right here needs to hit for like $10,000. Here's the money to cover that $10,000.
Oh, funny.
And here's the money for letting me do this, just so I can see my granny freak out.
That's a good plan.
Just so I can see her face light up. Because it is so much fun watching. First off, it's fun watching people be happy.
For sure.
It is. Second off, it is fun watching your grandparents just be jubilant.
Yes.
And just like, oh my gosh, look at the Buffalo running, boy. Look at that. Look at how much money we gonna win. I'm gonna buy you a house when I get this piece of change. And I'm like, Granny, thank you. But you don't have to use your $496.79 to buy me a house. You don't have to do that. No, don't worry about it, Granny. You just keep that for yourself, sweetheart. I appreciate you, though.
Sweet thought.
Yes, sweet lady. Sweet lady. So that was my 4th. Anybody pop any fireworks to go to a fireworks show?
I had fireworks go off where I was, but it was not me lighting them.
Max, you lit any fireworks?
I did not.
Fireworks show?
No.
Driving
Had
home.
a boring night.
As far as nobody around was popping them?
I mean, the neighbors
Okay.
were.
Driving home, I say in Binghamton, driving home was just a fireworks show. And it wasn't the Black Cats. It wasn't the bottle rockets. These were fireworks, like minor league ballpark type fireworks.
Yeah?
Like up into the sky, explosion, colors, scatter, fall down in a pretty array.
Did you find you were driving through a lot of smoke? Because I found
Yes.
I felt like I was in the middle of the purge.
Yeah.
Like it was a little concerning, you know? I was like, wait, are the people going to pop out with masks in a minute here? Like, what do I need to be ready for right now?
717 did not think we'd get a purge reference this early.
Isn't the purge set on the 4th of July?
Is the purge?
Is it
Max,
one of them?
Is the purge on the 4th?
One of them is set on the 4th.
One of them
July.
is.
Yeah.
One of them
I think
is. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was where my head was. And of course I've got one headlight out.
Oh.
Don't tell anybody. If you guys
I
know
won't.
any police people, don't
I
tell
won't.
anybody.
You're safe here.
I'm gonna get it fixed. I promise I'm gonna get it fixed. But when you got a headlight out, you know you can't see things quite as well.
Yep.
And you're also worried about the other headlight going out because then you got no headlights. And then you're up a creek without a paddle because especially on the 4th of July where it's all smoky and you need to get home and you're feeling a little on edge, just driving along, just like, can I see here?
Just a little purges. That does seem
You
like.
start hearing things like pop, pop, pop. What is that? Where'd it come from? What? Like, huh? Wait, I'm just going home. I'm fine.
Oh, man. So, fireworks. We talked about it on this show. I don't know if you heard it, but Austin doesn't want you popping fireworks past 10. They pop fireworks all night at my house.
I had them. I think I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and had some. Yeah.
What?
I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, went to the bathroom, and I just hear poop, poop, poop. Not near me, but you know, clearly people still
Still out
having
there
their fun.
celebrating.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. Grizzlies have announced that they are looking to explore trade options for Andre Iguodala. They're not just going to buy him out. We will talk about that more on the other side. Max and I talked about it yesterday about what they should do with Iguodala. Max, does this make you feel more confident in the front office,
Yes.
their decision to
Yeah.
trade him?
I think they will.
Okay. You think they get it done?
Yeah, they're going to do it. I
Okay.
think they do it before the season starts.
All right, I'll tell you what, let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. We'll talk more about this and Grizzlies off season as well on the other side. You're listening to The Experience with CJ Hurt. Guest host Tyler Springs, Max Vincent on the other side right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. It is that time of year where the weather is unpredictable, and given the recent storms, it's a good time to discuss insurance claims. So here's a few things you should know. Always hire a local contractor, because if you have a problem with your roof down the road, you want to be able to find him. Never allow anyone to pressure you into signing a contingency contract. They're used as sales tools, making you feel committed, and the truth is, those contracts are not worth the paper they're written on. Be careful of door-knocking salesmen. Some are reputable, but many are not. They canvass the neighborhood and tell everyone to file a claim, working their percentages and not caring hearing if you file a claim even when they know the likelihood of it being approved is low. Some will even damage your roof hoping to convince the adjuster it's storm damage. That's fraud, and contractors have gone to jail for that. So do your research and know who you're hiring. 5 Ash Roofing, the official roof of the University of Memphis Athletic Department. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5 Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Come celebrate Independence Day with Edwin Watts Golf Shops this July 4th through Sunday the 7th. Incredible deals in every department. Save up to $200 on the Callaway Rogue Woods and irons. Score 2 dozen Wilson Duo Soft Optics golf balls for just $35. And buy any Puma apparel item and get the second Puma item for 25% off. Get these deals and more 4 days only at Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
I'm here with the Rendezvous's first female waitress, Joanna McKee. First thing, how was it being the first female waitress at such a legendary place?
I have to say it was pretty awesome, but it's also nice to be sharing the spotlight now.
I hear things have changed regarding reservations at the Rendezvous.
They have. Last December, we started taking reservations for parties of 8 or more, and that was a really big hit, so we've been doing it ever since.
Nice, Joanna.
Yeah, we're just trying to make it easier for people to come down here. We also are doing something great called valet parking. So we subsidize with the valet parking companies to try to keep the price down. It's only $8, which is really cheaper than most of the parking garages in our area.
What about picking up food to go? Where can one park for that? Do you have to pay for parking?
You do not have to pay to park. You just pull into the alley, pull up to the parking sign, put on your flashers, and we'll have you in and out in about 10 minutes.
So takeaway is you can now make reservations for parties of 8 or more. Valet parking is available. If you want a little rendezvous at home, you guys and gals make it easy.
You got it.
The Rendezvous, a family restaurant in the alley in downtown Memphis since 1948.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
There's a very strange odor in the air. It's funky. I like it.
I see what you did there.
You do it. You did
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Did you see it, Max? You saw what I did there. Funk Fridays,
I was
baby.
wondering what that face you were making was.
Funk Fridays, baby. You text in with your Funk Friday request, 67129 on the First Bank text line. Call in on the First Bank phone lines, 360-8255. Funk Fridays. Keeping it funky in here. Funky on the 5th. Ooh, I like that. Funky 5th.
Never would have guessed that I desired something to be funky. And yet I do.
Funk is such a great genre. I hate that we have moved from that. That is why Uptown Funk was so popular when it came out, because it had those funk elements, and it was like, oh, man, I remember back in the day when we used to play music like this.
I am inclined to agree. You know who loves that song?
Who?
My 73-year-old white father.
What?
Yeah. Cannot get enough of it. Cannot get enough of it.
He gonna funk you up, man.
That's right.
Oh, man. Welcome back into the experience. I am CJ Hurt. That voice that you heard on the, not other side, over right across from me, that's Tyler Springs. He's joining us today. Guest hosting. He works for the Generals, Jackson Generals,
That's
that
right.
is, in Jackson, Tennessee. They're on the road. He's here. I couldn't be happier. We talked some about our 4th of July's. If you want to discuss some funny 4th of July moments for you, I got a great 4th of July story to tell you guys. By the way, we'll save that for later on in the show. But if you want to text in with your thoughts on the Grizzlies or 4th of July celebrations or what you did, you feel free to First Bank text line 67129 or give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. 360-8255 on the First Bank phone line.
Also, I want to address something that gets ignored with you guys. You guys talked about your 4th of July plates. I didn't hear any 4th of July dessert items. So I'm curious to know if you guys had any sweets involved.
None for me.
None.
I didn't have any
Well,
either.
Max, you don't look like a man who's cutting away that has sweets.
I didn't.
CJ, on the other hand, CJ looks like a man who's had some sweets from time to time.
Look at his belly. This is a fit belly.
This
No
is-
sweets in here. Just a muffin top.
This is Facebook all the way live.
Yes, all the way. We all the way live. Peter hates when I show my belly, but
Peter's not
doing
here.
it. He's not here, and I'm going to continue to do it. No, I didn't have any dessert.
Okay.
I'm like Max. I give Max a hard time because I just enjoy giving Max a hard time. But honestly, I don't like a whole lot of sweets. In fact, if I eat too many sweets, I can get like sick, like a migraine type situation going on.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have to be, especially with chocolate, I have to be, wild chocolate is delightful and it's delicious.
It is.
I have to be careful how much I eat. So like if I had a Hershey's bar or something like that, I could eat like a fourth of it and then save the rest. If I had a piece of chocolate cake, I can eat some of it and then save the rest. So we didn't have any dessert. Did you have a good dessert?
Had a good dessert. Red, white, and blue. Got the cherry cobbler with vanilla ice cream in there.
Okay.
And also got the shortbread with blueberries and strawberries and Cool Whip.
Okay. There we go.
Trying to make it, flag-like.
Yes.
Patriotic.
Got to. I wanted to get popsicles, but I just was like, nah.
Those firecracker popsicles, this is the day for them.
Yes. This is it. The blue, white, red.
Yeah.
Is that the?
No,
yes.
no, wait. No. Come on. Go in order.
Oh, it's red, white, blue.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Those are simply wonderful. Delightful.
What is the blue flavor, though? Like, is it
blue raspberry?
Yeah, but there's no blue raspberries. Like, how did we come up with that? Like, what guy in the marketing department was like, you know what it is? Blue raspberry. Everybody else is looking at him like, they're never going to take that. He's like, yes, they will.
Yes.
Yes, they will.
Raspberries aren't doing well enough. What do?
Make them blue.
Make them blue? Like somebody's in a meeting not paying attention at all. Johnson, sir, why are you not paying attention? I am. Well, what are we going to do about this strawberry situation? Make them blue. Make it blue. Call it blue raspberry.
That's not bad. You've got something there.
Yes.
Work on that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We talked towards the end of the segment about the Grizzlies and Andre Iguodala. So here's where we stand right now on that particular situation. The Grizzlies, like I said, are not going to give Andre Iguodala, from what they're saying, from what reports are, they're not going to buy him out before the season. And they are actively exploring a trade for him. And Max and I talked about it yesterday. I am here for either keeping him on the roster or trading him. I am. What says you, Tyler Springs?
I got news for you. Whether or not you're here for keeping him or trading him, he's not going to be here.
Oh,
I know. Bummer. I like him. I would love to have him as part of the team. He's not going to be here. He's not. I'm convinced that he is too valuable based on what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
This front office taking pieces like Kyle Korver and Jay Crowder back from other teams. I think some of them may stay, but a lot of them are just chips.
Mm-hmm.
They will go. We like them. We would love to have a team of them. The team that has all those guys is going to win too much. So I think they're going to move. I think they're going to move, and they're going to flip him like they did with Korver for picks and young guys they can take a chance on, like Josh Jackson or DeAndre Melton. So I think Iguodala is going to command at least as much as Korver, if not more, based on the fact that he's a former Finals MVP. He's been part of the Warriors rotation for a couple of years now. He is old, but I think you're going to get some good return on that.
I wonder what he might fetch you. And I wonder what, especially if you're the Rockets and you're looking around and you are a locker room in turmoil, and you've been that way since the Warriors bounced you out of the playoffs again. I wonder if you are Houston, you say, yo, we got to stabilize this locker room, and we can bring Iggy in here to do just that, to be that buffer between Chris Paul, who is prickly, we'll say.
Sure.
At times.
That's a good word for it.
Prickly. He can be a real prickly person at times. So we can use Andre Iguodala, who Paul respects, who everybody else respects, to be that buffer betwixt him and his teammates. And he's another veteran on this roster. He has that championship pedigree.
Sure.
He has that championship mentality, that finals MVP, the clout to come in and say, hey, let's calm it down. Let's let cooler heads prevail here. And he can still contribute to your basketball team. He is the one that allows the Warriors to go to that small ball lineup, that Hampton 5, that lineup of death when it was Harrison Barnes. He was part of the reason why they were capable of going to that lineup, because of what he's able to do to you defensively, as well as his IQ being in the right spots, making the right passes and the right plays on the offensive end of the court. He is one of the reasons why that lineup was able to go. And if you're Houston, you can look around and say, yo, if we get him and then pair him with James and Chris Paul and whoever else is left, maybe PJ Tucker.
Clint Capella. Eric Gordon if they don't move him.
We could do something similar to that. So it could be him and James Harden, Chris Paul, PJ Tucker, and Eric Gordon out there on the court. And we have our own new kind of lineup of depth, with PJ Tucker being the one to have to body people up. Like, we could do that and put Andre at the 4 because he is a good defender. He can defend wings and that forward position, that power forward position, especially in today's NBA with the way these 4s are moving. So now we can do that, and let's see how this lineup plays together. We really should go out there and get him.
I don't think Daryl Morey is going to give you something silly, something foolish. You're not going to swindle Daryl Morey out of anything, but he is playing more for now than he is for the future. So I think you can expect to get back some kind of future pick. And I would imagine that could be a future first rounder, maybe a conditional first rounder, something like that. I don't know if it's going to be the same return as Korver in terms of quality talent. I would kind of hope it'd be more talent, but the fact that the Rockets want to win right now means maybe they've got pieces on their roster they don't want to part with.
And we've seen, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, we've seen this front office, the Grizzlies front office, say, hey, let's delay some of these picks. We don't want it next year or the year after that. Let's push this back to 2-3 years from now.
And that's
when
fine.
It can convey.
I also don't feel like this Grizzlies front office is going to get hoodwinked.
No.
They're doing a very good job of not getting hoodwinked, I would say. In the early going.
We talked about it yesterday. The world is full of suckers, and you just got to find the one to lick, right? And the Grizzlies so far have been just licking suckers. That's all. Going from the sucker to the sucker licker is just phenomenal.
Well, you know what they say. If you're in a poker game and you've been there half an hour and you can't figure out who the patsy is, you're the patsy. Right? I don't know if we've reached the half-hour mark yet, but I feel pretty good about where the Grizzlies' chips are.
Yes, and so when you think about what they might be able to get from a Rockets team that is desperate to get over that hump, that is looking around saying, hey, like, this West thing is wide open. The team we can't get past, they're down. They're down a man, and they're actually down 2 from what they were. We get the right people in place, we can get over that hump. So why wouldn't we give up a 2023 first or a 2024 first or a 2025 first? Why wouldn't we do that? And in those years, guess what? If you're the Grizzlies, that core you've got, all the more experience should be, all the more comfortable in the NBA should be, and emerging the start of their peak of their prime. And here you are, and you've stockpiled all these different first-round picks in NBA drafts. So you can then go out there. We talked about the unpredictability of free agency yesterday. You don't have to rely on luring a free agent to you. You have first-round picks. You have those assets. Hopefully, if you use those picks, those players grow into something as well, and they can contribute to your team, or they grow into something and you can move them for a separate entity to help get you over that hump. And that is what they are clearly thinking about right now in that Grizzlies front office, and it's great to see a front office like that with that type of vision around here.
Are we certain it's going to be the Rockets? Because there's also whispers out there about the Mavericks, I believe, being suitors as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that those are 2 in-division teams means you're not going to take a low return on a player like Iguodala, which if those 2 teams think they're going to be in contention, and obviously the Rockets do, I think if you put Iguodala in there with Kristaps Porzingis, with Luka Doncic, if those guys all stay healthy at once and they put some good pieces around them, I don't think that's a championship team next year. But if you still got Iguodala there 2 years from now with a little bit of veteran leadership and some youngsters around those guys, I think you got the makings of a top half of the playoff seed.
The Dallas thing is interesting because Dallas is a team that they went out there and they made that trade for Kristaps.
Yep.
The trade that the Knicks wasted. So they went out there and made the trade for Kristaps.
God bless the Knicks for content.
We should meet with Kawhi. Nah. No, but for real, like meet with Kawhi.
We're good.
Nah. We can meet with him when we want to meet with him. Why? Because we're the Knicks, damn it. No, we're not going to meet with him. Okay. How's that free agency thing going? Bad. All right. Good job. Hope you enjoy Taj Gibson. Back on the Mavericks. They are where you get sometimes as an NBA franchise where, sure, you've got some good players. What does that mean, though? Sometimes it means you are number 14.
Yes.
And so they are trying to not be 14. It looks like they are trying to get to the playoffs. And getting Andre Iguodala on that team, I think, puts them into that.
Closer.
Hey, this team could be a 7 or 8 seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, closer.
Sacramento, Dallas with Andre Iguodala, Oklahoma City. Those teams are going to be fighting for that last spot.
We're going to get into it later in the show, I know, but I think you have to figure at this moment, even without knowing what's going to happen July 6th, which is, wait, is that tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, boy. You have to figure the Lakers, who finished kind of on par or below the Grizzlies, and the same with the Mavericks. Those teams are both going to be better next year. I don't know whether or not you think they're going to be better than the Grizzlies. We can get into that in a bit. But those two teams, having made the moves they've made in free agency, I think you got to expect they're going to be better, and they're going to be playoff contenders at a minimum.
Yes, so vying for that 8th spot, especially if this is contingent on, this is without knowing where Kawhi is going, one, and contingent on Dallas getting Iguodala.
And I forgot, you got to figure New Orleans is going to be better too.
So that New Orleans, Sacramento, Dallas, San Antonio, the Thunder, like that's 5 teams. That's 5 teams. And I didn't say Lakers because I expect them to be up there. I didn't say Clippers because I expect them to be comfortably in the playoffs. So right now, in the playoffs, right now, if I'm just recklessly speculating, in no order.
I'm allowing you to recklessly speculate.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Nuggets, Trailblazers, Rockets, Jazz. I'm going to say Warriors, Lakers. That's 6, I think, just in the playoffs right now. And then you've got the other 5. Your Thunder, your Spurs, your Kings, your Pelicans, and potentially your Mavericks fighting for 2 spots.
You don't think OKC's a top 5 seed?
No.
I mean, that's 2 superstars on your team.
I understand.
So,
but it might be recency bias. It might be the fact that when Dame waved them off the court, he waved like my like for them away also. I don't know, but I don't. And if you say Oklahoma City, not going to bat an eye. But now that's 7 teams. That's 7 teams who we are saying like they're in the playoffs and 4 teams fighting for that last spot.
So what I'm not hearing is I'm not hearing Memphis, I'm not hearing Phoenix, and I'm not hearing Minnesota. Those, I think, are the 3 teams we have not mentioned in the discussion for these playoffs. So those sound like potentially, heading into free agency tomorrow, the bottom 3 teams in the West with decisions still to be made in a lot of guys. And I know that the Iguodala move, it's going to make the Grizzlies better, but I don't know if it's going to raise them above that bottom 3.
No, it's not. It's not. But you're not.
You're not trying to win now.
And you're gauging success differently.
Yes.
This year, it is not always as cut and dry as wins and losses, especially when your franchise is at this point. And the franchises that understand that when they're here get out of this point of not being a playoff contender, certainly not being a conference final or NBA final contender, being a constant lottery team. The second you realize you are here and you begin to make steps to better yourself, you have to change what the expectations are. Losing should not be acceptable. Losing, you don't want that losing culture. You definitely want to go out there and compete and fight your hardest to win. With that being said, there are things you learn in losses. There are developmental ways to look at players, regardless of whether or not they win or lose, to gauge how they are doing. And that is where the Grizzlies are right now. It is more and bigger than simply winning and losing games this season. It is, hey, how are Jaren and Ja playing together? How is our possible maybe lineup of death doing? How is Brandon Clark adjusting to the NBA game? Has Jaren gotten better and more physical as a rebounder? What about
Josh shooting?
What about Josh just in general, his general maturity off the court? Like those types of things will dictate whether or not it is a good year or not for the Grizzlies.
And the Iguodala move is not the last one that they can make. I think there might be others as well in the offing in order to change this roster.
We'll talk about that more on the other side. You're listening to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt, Tyler Springs filling in, Max Vincent on the other side of the glass right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Where Memphis comes for real sports talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Like my hat?
Your hat says meat.
I know, ain't it cool?
It is cool. Where'd you get it?
I thought you'd never ask.
I didn't mean to.
It's just one of the many cool things you can order on Central Barbecue's website, cbqmemphis.com.
You can get a meat hat there?
Or a logo flat bill like all the kids are wearing.
You don't need to be wearing what the kids are wearing.
And tie-dye t-shirts and old school trucker hats and onesies for your baby, all with the Central Barbecue logo on them.
Onesies for your baby?
They got everything at CBQ Memphis, and you can order ribs.
I'll check that out.
We could have matching meat hats.
You're scrambling around. You need a haircut. Where you gonna go? I got a place that has 15 locations. I've got a place where details matter. I've got a place that can be invigorating and relaxing at the same time. You know what it is. It's Supercuts. Every haircut ends with the signature hot towel finish. Every haircut matters. When you're getting ready, you go into Supercuts. The stylist will pay attention to every detail. So you get the haircut you want, and of course, you're going to finish with that signature hot towel. You walk out clean, sharp, and not just ready, but super ready. And you might want to ask that hairstylist about what the tea tree experience is. One part invigorating, one part relaxing. The tea tree experience is something you need to try. 15 locations. I mentioned that, didn't I? All you've got to do is go to supercuts.com. You'll find the one nearest to you. Get super ready at Supercuts.
Hi, folks. Rob Walker, Infinity of Memphis, and we've got a new Infinity crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like two engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infinity has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And the new QX50 offers more horsepower than its Audi, Lexus, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
Infinity of Memphis, and online at infinityofmemphis.com.
Once upon a time, there was a sleepy bear in search of a place to nap. Like the inside of a car. A coupe? Too small. An SUV? Too big. A station wagon? Just right. But as his eyelids began to get heavy. Covered it. September 30th, 2013. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
You aren't playing. Are these just like funk instrumentals?
Yep. I think it sounds better. You just got your head nodding.
Hey, welcome back. The Experience, Funk-Filled Fridays. You got to give me something though. Like funk music needs that ow, needs that singer making the funk noises. Yeah, give me something with some lyrics. I won't sing. My voice is gone.
I don't trust that.
I won't sing.
I don't trust that.
Right hand up. On my honor as a gentleman, I, Conrad Hurt Jr., will not sing provided it's a good funky song. Today. I will not sing today.
I feel like there's a loophole here somewhere.
It's not. I gave my honor as a gentleman. So we're good. We can do that. Welcome back in to the experience. Tyler Springs filling in for Peter on the other side of me.
What up?
What were we talking about? Oh, Iguodala.
That's the one.
And the Grizzlies.
That's the other.
Texter texted in, and by texter, I mean Anthony saying,
oh,
Dallas is going to be trash next year. Just real simple.
Could be.
Dog, aren't you on vacation? You just come. Can he not turn the hot takes off?
Some people can't. You know, like, what do you think Stephen A. is like on vacation?
Blasphemous. I think he just says that all day. Unmitigating gall. I think he just walks around saying that. The unmitigating gall of this beach. To have this umbrella here is blasphemous. That's all I think he does. I don't think you're right. Some people can't turn it off.
The pina colada is not the best drink on this menu. I'm a very close friend of the chef. So it's hurts me to say that.
Yes.
But the pina colada cannot be the number one option. I need more fruity drinks on this menu.
Oh. But we ended the segment discussing the Grizzlies and where they fit into that right now. And I don't think as far as perception goes about what a successful season is, you should simply look at wins and losses.
I think that's fair.
They won 33 games last year. And if they do this build thing the correct way, I don't think they win 33 next year. I think you move all of the assets you can that people want.
You want 33.
Your Kyle Korvers, your Jay Crowders, your Iguodalas. You move them. And we saw in the moving of Kyle Korver, along with Javon Carter, that it netted the Grizzlies a pretty good haul. Josh Jackson, 2 second-round picks. DeAndre Melton. Which, that's pretty good for a player who really doesn't help you what you're trying to do for the next few seasons in Kyle Korver. Good NBA player. On a contending team, he can be a piece that helps you get over that hump. But if you're not a contender, you're just a dude out there who's going to help you win games. And what good does that do you as a franchise?
And what good does that do him if he's chasing the championship?
None.
Right.
Not because he's not getting it this go around with the Grizzlies.
And he's not getting it with the Phoenix Suns, which is why they're going to waive him.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But what do you think a successful season will look like for the Memphis Grizzlies?
Well, I think there are gray areas to this.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a best case scenario and a worst case scenario for sure. I like a reasonable optimist would say this team can win 39 games, whatever way it's composed at the beginning of the season. I think that's what you would say, like, for a reasonable optimist. Now, that's not to say that's what they will win. I think you're really going to get a team that wins closer to 30 games based on the fact that you won 33 this year with Mike Conley for a full season, with Marc Gasol for half of a season, and with Jaren Jackson in there for as much as he played until he got hurt.
Right.
You were missing Dylan Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
You had some other upheaval. You got Jonas Valanciunas back, which in the trade with Marc Gasol ended up being, I think, a giant windfall for the Grizzlies. But on the whole, are you really going to repeat that sort of success with what we think is, as presently composed, a lesser team talent-wise and current skill level-wise than what you had last year?
Right.
No, I don't think you will. And your competition has gotten better. Sane's right. I don't think the Mavericks are going to have...
Don't be agreeing with him.
No, well, yeah, he's right to this extent. They're not a championship contender next year. Right. They may not even be a playoff team next year. I do think they're going to be better because you do have Kristaps Porzingis in the fold. They did sign Seth Curry, who looked good in the playoffs. We'll see about that. It's not official yet, I don't think. But they'll have Seth Curry.
What the hell is
they'll
official in this league right now?
I can't tell. It's really ticking me off, CJ, because the dates are all fouled up. But if they have a healthy Seth Curry and a healthy Kristaps and a healthy Luka Doncic, I think they will be a good team, and they could be a team that's better than the Grizzlies. But again, you're not expecting the Grizzlies to be good. You don't want them to be good, but you want them to be good enough so that there's not a culture of losing, so that they think they can't win.
Right.
They have to be able to think that they are capable of winning. They're just not doing it a lot.
They're going to try to win. That's the thing, though. Like, they're not just going to try to lose games.
They being the players are going to try.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think the front office thinks they want to try to win with this young team so they can have that winning mentality, but it's not going to happen just because the team's so young.
Yeah.
Agreed. It is the...
It's not finished yet.
The decisions sometimes on what to do and how to play and who to play is based on wanting to win games now. We're struggling to do X, Y, Z on the court. This player here helps us do that, and in doing so gives us the best chance to win tomorrow, right? The best chance to win on a random Tuesday in January. And that's not what the thought should be. It should be, hey, for whatever reason, this young player that we have, this player who's going to be a part of our future, can't do X, Y, Z. So we got to work on it in practice, and we've got to get him in the game in those situations where that is required of him. And then we've got to show him tape and film so he can work on that, regardless of the score, regardless of whether or not we win or lose the game.
Could you compare this without being, I don't know, too cute about it, to more of a timeline like Virginia basketball? Right? Like, this is a team that you're hoping you get a good class of young recruits, where this is Ja Morant's freshman NBA season, and you don't expect him to be a title-winning point guard or even a playoff contending point guard in his freshman season, but he's a high recruit, and you think in years to come, he and Brandon Clark and Jaren Jackson can grow together, and 3-4 years from now, maybe 2 years from now, maybe even next year, they can be something that contends for a league title.
That is exactly what you're hoping for. That is it right there. And the way you go about getting that done, you've got to develop them.
Yes.
So you've got to ride with some of the silly turnovers that are going to happen. You've got to ride with the fact that Jaren's going to get bumped around chasing rebounds a bit. You got to ride with the mistakes that they make as long as it's not too stupid and the effort is there. Because you don't want mistakes made based off of effort, because then you can't coach that.
And you don't want them repeated.
And repeated. Make the mistakes. Make different mistakes, though.
Yeah.
When we work on correcting them, let's correct them all the way. But you have to resign yourself to the fact that, hey, this team we got could be really good in a few years. We just gonna have to ride this bumpy streak for a bit. We're just going to have to roll with some of the punches that come with being a young, super young, like really, really young NBA team. We're just gonna have to ride with that, and we'll figure it out as it unfolds. We'll figure out how to handle each individual situation. And fans, I think, are going to be okay with that. There's a plan in place. As a fan, they didn't come out. They didn't hold a press conference. I don't think they did, Max. And said, hey, with the Memphis Grizzlies, with the Grizzlies front office, this is the game plan, folks. This is what we're going to do. They didn't do that. But it is evident in the moves that they've made this offseason what the plan is and how to go about building the team and what their expectations are. And so you got that. You've got trust in the front office for the first time in a long time in this market.
Yeah, a long time.
In a very long time. And you've got exciting players to watch. So even though the mistakes are going to be made, they are going to be fun to watch. So I think fans understand that. And with those two things, I think fans will be okay for a bit. Okay for a bit. We got more to come on the other side. Thank you guys for listening.
And watching.
And watching. Thank you, watchers. Yeah. I'm not singing today, though, Max. So give me some funk with some lyrics, baby. We're going to see what song Max plays on the way back. You're listening to The Experience right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
If you're the owner of a company and you're tired of a dirty office building, or maybe you're tired of dirty restrooms, or floors and carpets that are filthy, or windows that you can't even see through, I've got a solution. Let Trinity be your cleaning solution. Trinity Professional Services. They're putting professionalism back in cleaning. They specialize in stripping and waxing and buffing floors, in cleaning carpet. Just make it seem like it's spring outside. Window cleaning where you see through and everything shines. Commercial janitorial services specializing in final construction cleaning. Hey, the people that own this company, they are big construction people. They know what needs to be done. So if you would like it done the right way, call Todd Pope or Tommy Ferrari, the former Tiger quarterback, at 833-6773. 833-6773. It's Trinity. They're your cleaning solution.
There's something out there for you and me. And the American road is calling. So what's it gonna be? Hey, it's an amazing day. Traveling our own highway. No matter where it leads us, we can smile. 'Cause it's leaning in the mile.
Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
Hey fellas, this is Bill Russell at Russell Brothers Fine Jewelers. Many of you may need a birthday gift or an anniversary gift in the near future for that special lady in your life. She may have dropped a hint as to what she wants, or you may be out on an island all on your own without a clue. Whatever the case, you cannot make a mistake coming to Russell Brothers for that gift that tells her how much you care for her. Fine jewelry is never out of style, and at Russell Brothers, we would love to have you come in and see the huge selection of exquisite jewelry gifts that would thrill her beyond words. Diamonds and rubies, sapphires or emeralds, rings or bracelets, earrings, pendants, whatever you can imagine. We are well into our 4th decade of helping Mid-Southerners with all their jewelry needs, and with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, we would love to help you as you make an important decision. Beauty, quality, value, and service. That's what we offer at Russell Brothers Fine Jewelers, 4646 Poplar at Perkins.
Memphis's hometown event is taking on a new identity. The World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational makes its debut at TPC Southwind, July 24th through 28th. Don't miss PGA Tour superstars Justin Thomas, Brooks Koepka, and more.
Join me, Dustin Johnson, when I return to TPC Southwind. Tickets are on sale at WGCFedEx.com.
Get your gun, Nelly, and saddle up Penelope. It's Western Trading Days at Sunrise Buick GMC. Old-time trading prices on over 800 new Buicks and GMCs, and the Sunrise Used Car Corral has over 150 in stock. Sunrise has rustled up a good-looking herd of cars and trucks under $99.95. Ranch managers have been told to cut prices to the bone. If you're a good person with bad credit, SunriseMemphis.com will help you get your brand on one of these little fillies. Free hot dogs and Cokes at the Chuck Wagon. Western Trading Days, 385 in Houston, Levy, and Collierville. Cars cost less at Sunrise, partner.
We are Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios, Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGFLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
It's just that, like that. I love it. Singing like that, you don't gotta wait at all, girl. What you talking about, man? Oh. Welcome back to the experience, y'all. CJ Hurd here. Max Vincent on the other side, keeping it funky. Like it, Max. Tyler Springs alongside guest hosting. We appreciate that very, very much. We are here in the Family Leisure Studios where they have the Family Leisure, not here in the studios. The sale isn't here. You got to go to Family Leisure, which is off Whitten Road, just north of I-40. They have a great sale going on right now. Their 4th of July sale is going on now through my mom's birthday.
When's your mom's birthday?
July 7th. Happy birthday, Mama. You can save now on all of their awesome stuff, the patio furniture, dining sets, replacement pools, 24-foot pools, grills, outdoor kitchens, all of that stuff. Go out there, Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40, and check them out. You can follow all of us on Twitter. Max is at DMaxVincent95.
Wait, what?
Why'd I say D? What's your Twitter?
Maximum Vincent.
No, it's not.
It's Maximum Vincent.
He won't. He won't let it. He won't be cool.
I could swear it was Maximum Vincent.
That's the one Peter made.
What?
Okay. All right. That's the one.
The
that
fake
matters.
account.
What is it? Max Vincent
95.
Max Vincent. Where'd I get the D from? Is that your? Did I just give out your email?
Yeah, I know, right?
CJ, you didn't have to say that. You just told on him with the email by saying it was the email.
Max Vincent 95. Tyler's at Typhoon Springs on Twitter. I am at Conradicalness on Twitter. Been thinking about changing some names.
Oh,
I've been Conradicalness for a long time.
Are you going to write these down and let us vote on them?
I will.
Okay.
Right now, the front runner is Contastic One.
Interesting.
What do you mean? Why are you making that face?
Too long.
Contastic One?
Oh, okay. I was thinking of like 0, or hold on. O-N-E. I was saying 0.
No, but I will put some down on paper, and let you guys decide on which ones you like, and then I will pick the one I like. But just to show my creativity, I'll let you guys, know which ones I got circulating in my mental mind. It is hot outside.
Is it?
Oh, yes.
How hot?
Real hot. Like I saw Satan walking down the street. I said, yo, Satan, what are you doing?
Supposed to be in Georgia.
I'm going back home. It's too hot up here, and just left. Like it's that type of heat outside. It is 78, feels like it's 84 though. And it's only going to get hotter. It's going to get up into 10 in the morning. When we leave, it'll feel like it's 91 out. It's going to get into the low hundreds later on. That is what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like it's 103 degrees by 3 p.m. So, again, if you're outside kicking it, you got your kids, got your cousins, you got you're that good aunt, uncle, like you're the fun one who they want to spend the night with. And so you got all of the nieces, nephews, and your kids. And you're like, what am I going to do with them? I'm going to stick them outside. You just throw them outside with like a cooler of water. And I don't know if this is abuse these days. We are changing for the better as a society, as a culture on what is and is not an acceptable form of parenting.
We are.
It was the hose for us. So we had the garden hose outside, just run the water for a bit, get all the junk out of it, and then if you got thirsty, you drank from the hose. I don't know if you can still do that, but if you can, make sure the hose is hooked up for them.
You can drink the hose in Memphis, right? Because Memphis is water.
Yes.
It's Memphis water.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, God.
I think. I mean,
yeah.
I saw kids yesterday running around in a sprinkler.
As well they
they're
should
up
be.
there, they're trying to catch trappers in their mouth.
Good.
Nothing wrong with that. That's summertime, right?
That's what it is for me. That's what it was for me. But again, I don't know what these new age parenting rules are. And since I'm nowhere close to having a child, I really haven't kept up. But I'm going to have to read the new parent manual, the manual for parenting for the new millennial. I'm going to have to read that so that I make sure not to parent the way my parents did me in the 90s. Because I'm pretty sure some of that stuff would get you in trouble this go round.
I agree with that overall generality, although I think like drinking from a garden hose when you're thirsty in the summertime, not that big of a deal.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think I did that summer camp or like baseball practice somewhere.
Good. And that's recently.
I mean, no. When I was a younger kid.
Oh,
When
see,
I
that
was
doesn't
playing.
count. That doesn't count. It's got to be reached like within.
Water is water.
But it's coming from the hose. I don't know why that might be an issue. I don't know. 67129. 67129 is the First Bank text line. Let me know if it is acceptable for you to just throw your kitten. Well, not physically, don't Uncle Phil them. Don't just hurl them out like they're jazz. But if it is acceptable for you to pitch your kids outside and then say, don't come in, there's the garden hose. You can drink from that if you get thirsty. Just text in 67129 or call in 360-8255 on the First Bank phone line. Scattered thunderstorms as well today. That's been the case all week. It didn't rain where I was yesterday. Max, did it hit you at all?
Nope.
Beautiful. Did it get you, Tyler?
Yes.
Oh.
Not yesterday.
Okay.
2 days ago, we had a rain delay. We didn't have a rain delay. We put the tarp on the field.
Okay.
And then the tarp came off the field.
How are the Generals doing?
They're good
this season.
They're doing fine.
Okay.
Right now, they're 2 games below 500 in the second half. They just started, so they're 6-8 in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But they finished second in the first half. So they're a couple of games over 500. They're 45-40 right now, which is second best in their division, and that's competitive.
Good.
Yeah. You know, if you win, they split it in half. So if you win the first half before the All-Star break, you get an automatic playoff bid, and if you win the second half, you get an automatic playoff bid.
Which is fun, and that takes me to unexpectedly what the NBA is trying to do, where they are trying to give you something to play for middle of the season.
Yes,
possibly replacing. Let's face it, like the All-Star game should be tweaked a bit. All-Star weekend, replacing that with some form of something to keep you engaged and interested. While I enjoy watching athletes play pickup basketball, which requires no defense whatsoever, everybody does it. So the NBA is trying to figure out, hey, what can we give these people? What can by these people, the fans? What can we give the fans to get them excited about basketball, keep them excited about basketball all the way through to the middle of the year? And looking at minor league systems, some of them do the whole first part of the year champion playoff, second part of the year champion playoff. So if you're the best team and the first part of the year, if you're one of the top 2, top 3 teams, it would be interesting to say, hey, 42 games in, because last year, 40-something games in, was the Lakers and the Grizzlies. It's like, hey, bow, those two are in the playoffs right now.
Wouldn't you have to change the trade deadline if that were the case? Because people would decide sooner whether or not they're in it or they're out of it in the first half, and they say, all right, do we want to make a move for the second half, or are we just thinking about like the postseason now? You know, because the second half, if you win the first half, becomes a bit of a sandbox where you can play around, you can do things that aren't really going to matter because you're already in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not in the playoffs at the end of the first half, are you going to be allowed to add other pieces at that point to say, this is what we're missing, this is what we need in order to get into contention in the second half to get ourselves a playoff spot?
I think you can. I think you keep trade deadline where the trade deadline is. Again, this is us recklessly speculating on something that is in the very, very early developmental stages of the NBA. Like, they're just talking about this, trying to work out all the kinks. And that is one of the kinks that would need to be worked out, Tyler. You're right. But I think that you keep the trade deadline the same. And you say, hey, if you made the playoffs early in the season, great. Do whatever you do. If you want to make roster moves, make them. If you don't worry about it. If you want to rest everybody until the playoffs, knock yourself out. But you're resting people for like 2-3 months. There's 41 games here. 41 games. It is nice to see the NBA trying to think outside of the box of the American sports consumer. That this is something, and the general American sports consumer, the big sports, your college footballs, your college basketballs, your NFLs, your NBAs.
Well, I like what the
MLBs.
I like what the G League has done with the showcase mid-season, where they play is it 27 games in 4 days, right before Christmas? I think that's what they did this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, I don't think you're going to get guys in the NBA Players Association who are like, yeah, let's play 27 games in 4 days. That's good. That's not going to fly. Right. But I certainly understand their rationale for exploring things like the Champions League, the way it's played in season.
Yep.
Middle of the week game versus a weekend game. I get that basketball is a different schedule. If they want to try something, they'll try it.
And with the growth of the G League, now you have a system that you can use to your advantage.
It's good to have a sandbox,
and you can use it to experiment with things like that, and two, like, hey, you know what? Everybody's in this contest. NBA teams, G League affiliates, all of us are in this one particular competition. So NBA teams play NBA games. You say Tuesday and Friday. We're gonna play for the cup, the American Basketball Cup, on Sundays, Saturdays, and Sundays. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick the G League teams in. We're gonna pick NBA teams in. We're gonna pick some of these professional teams from various areas in the Western. Yeah, we're West Side. Yeah, Western Hemisphere.
Oh.
And let's see. Let's go to work. Let's see what happens.
That would take some coordination.
It would.
I feel like that would take some FIBA involvement.
It would. But correct me if I'm wrong, is there FIFA involvement, do we know, in Champions League? Or is that just its own entity?
I mean, it's the FIFA Champions League, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it the UEFA Champions League? It's all Europe.
I feel like FIFA is the overall body of all of these various leagues.
They're the international umbrella. But I think it is the UEFA Champions League, so that's just Europe.
Okay.
Right?
And so you can say, all right, we're going to take NBA teams, we're going to pair them with, or not pair them, we're going to grab other professional teams from various parts of the continent and South America and all the cool islands that's kicking it in the middle of the sea over here, and we're going to let them face off against one another. And so if you're an NBA team, you could say, oh, all right, we're doing this on Sundays. Cool. Star players who play, rotation guys, part of our top 8, top 9, you guys don't, because we don't want you risking injuries in this. However, G League guys we want to get more looks at, the guy who might be able to crack the rotation a little bit later on in the season, but just needs a little bit more experience, you can play. You definitely get out there and get into this. And we're going to play, we're going to develop, and we're trying to win this cup for whatever that is, whatever that means. I think that could be interesting. That is what, like I did, high school, not international, but high school, it was, hey, you're going to play JV, and then you're going to come and sit the bench for varsity. So because I wasn't good enough my sophomore year until a bunch of people quit, then I had to play. Oh, we were awful.
Is that when you played with Brandon Wright?
Oh, gosh, is it? I played Brandon, yes. Brandon Wright, he was a freshman my sophomore year, and he was just there tormenting me the next 2 years as well. Not to mention playing against them in AAU. Dropped 20. My team scored 25. They beat us like 78-25. I was a ninth grader. They were like seventh graders. That's because they were old and I was young. Because I started school at like 4. So Brandon Wright and I are the same age. Although when we were in school, I was a year ahead of him in school. Birthday stuff. But that is what I would do. It was, hey, you sit the bench, varsity, but you play JV. Make sure you're getting run, getting experience, getting better at your craft. And then it became, okay, now you're playing for us now on the varsity. We're still going to make you play JV or allow you to play JV. So you could see NBA teams look to do something similar with their talent and say, hey, Javon Carter, just throwing that out there. Hey, you've played this week. You play with us. We need you to come in and spell guys minutes from time to time. But you're not one of the key pieces on this roster yet, and you're not one of the key pieces because you don't do this, you don't do that, and we need you to work on some of these things. So what we're going to do is the Cup of Americas, the American Cup, whatever they're going to call this cup, you're going to go compete in that on Sundays also. And we're going to expect you to do this, that, and the third, and we're going to expect to see some growth and development from you as well. I think that would be real interesting for the NBA to try and adopt that model.
67129, if you want to chime in on this and tell us about your thoughts on a potential NBA championship within the season or some kind of showcase, some kind of alternate schedule that allows for looks at developing players. Question for you off of that. Does Javon Carter play real minutes for the Suns this year?
I don't know. I have no clue. We talked about this as it pertains to the Grizzlies, about them having a plan and not coming out and saying, hey, we have a plan, and this is what the plan is. You just look at the moves that have been made, and it's, okay, that is the plan. All right. With the moves the Suns have made, I don't know. I don't know. I hope that he does, because I think there is a place in the NBA for a player like that. I know he can't shoot.
Yep.
But
not yet, anyway.
Not yet. I know he can't shoot yet. And I know he is kind of old for it to be his third year in the league. Yeah, he's been here 3 years. Second. That's how old he is. I want to give him another year. I swear he was one of those players in college, by the way, who I felt like
he was a 4-year college player.
I felt like he was there for 10 years. I felt like he went to college the same time I went to college. I don't. Sometimes I just get that way about certain players. I feel like he's like a grizzled vet now.
He looks like an older guy.
That might be why. But it's his second year. While he can't shoot yet, I think it's too soon, too early to give up on what he may be down the line. He is very solid defensively. If he can make better plays with the ball, and that was the other thing. That is the one that is more concerning for me, his decision making at times. Now, some of that is because it's his first year playing in the NBA, and you got to allow for that. But if he gets better with his decision making and develops the most basic of shots, I'm not saying, what was he this year, like 26%, 27%? If he could just get you to 29, 30% from three, there's a place for that type of player on your roster. So I hope Phoenix gives him a legit shot.
He's got to beat out Ty Jerome, right? Because we don't think he's going to beat out Tyler Johnson. We don't think he's going to beat out, who's the other one?
They signed Ricky Rubio.
Ricky Rubio. Thank you. He's not going to beat those.
So they got two guards that can't shoot, Rubio and Javon Carter.
At least two guards that can't shoot.
At least.
I mean, this is the Suns
we know Devin Booker's going to take his shots.
This is the Suns we're talking about.
That's a shooter. I mean, all shooters know how to do shoot.
They're probably fine with like guys that can't shoot because they know Devin Booker's going to shoot enough for two of them.
You can't have people who want to shoot the basketball playing with Devin Booker. That's just not going to work. Somebody's not going to get that shot, and Devin's going to get his. So you end up with a situation, and Devin's kind of small. You end up with a situation with a much bigger man grabbing a much smaller man and shaking the hell out of him. Give me the ball. I want to shoot. Doing that sort of thing. So I don't know if he gets any type of significant run with the way the guards, Javon Carter, with the way the guard situation shakes out in Phoenix. I would have to say no. Now, thinking about it, I forgot that they had Rubio also. Injuries happen, and you're kind of forced into that role from time to time. So maybe, but probably not. But that doesn't mean he can't still, in their G League, continue to work on his game, grow, develop, and then get moved someplace else where he does get an opportunity to play. We're going to talk some baseball on the other side.
Yeah.
Because we got you in here. We're going to get our official The Experience pitch count. Oh, my Lord. That scared me. Some serious almost curse. You're listening to The Experience right here on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Get happy with Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Weekday afternoons from 1 till 3 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
I wish we could stay here forever. We deliver olives, Greek sandals, and everything you need to relive that perfect trip to the Mediterranean. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx delivery.
Memories. What we deliver by delivering.
Come celebrate Independence Day with Edwin Watts Golf Shops this July 4th through Sunday the 7th. Incredible deals in every department. Save up to $200 on the Callaway Rogue Woods and irons. Score 2 dozen Wilson Duo Soft Optics golf balls for just $35. And buy any Puma apparel item and get the second Puma item for 25% off. Get these deals and more 4 days only at Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
At the Home Depot, warmer days means it's time to add Figaro colored mulch to your landscape. Right now, get 5 bags for just $10. Figaro mulch helps soil retain moisture and comes in shades of red, brown, or black. If you're looking for a healthier garden and more curb appeal, you're getting warmer. Today is the day for doing, with red, white, and blue savings on Figaro colored mulch, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Limit 60 per customer. Color selection varies by store. While supplies last. Continental U.S. only.
Welcome to Sherwin-Williams.
Hi there. I heard paints are 30% off.
Yep, and stains too.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. Only at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Right now?
Well, June 21st through July 8th.
Ah, bring it in. I'm a big hugger.
It's cool. Ask Sherwin-Williams June 21st through July 8th and save 30% on paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94. Only at your local Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
This is the sound of the DQ Cheeseburger Lovers deal being calculated by a cheeseburger lover.
2 DQ cheeseburgers. Huh, just $4. 2 DQ doubles with cheese, only $5?
And this is the sound of that cheeseburger lover checking that math.
Wait. 2 DQ cheeseburgers, $4, and 2 DQ doubles with cheese, $5. I'm burger rich.
The DQ Cheeseburger Lovers deal. DQ, happy tastes good. Price and participation may vary.
Hi, folks. Rob Walker, Infinity of Memphis, and we've got a new Infinity crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like 2 engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infinity has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And QX50 MSRP starts at only $36,550, which is less than its Acura, Audi, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
MSRP excludes destination charge, tax, title, license, and options. Infinity of Memphis or online at infinityofmemphis.com.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles, when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselemembrace.com.
Our life to yours. Wolf Chase Limb and Brace.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Oh, that's that noise. That's that funk noise right there. That owl, that hay. That's it right there. Yeah. Well, welcome back to the experience. I can just hear that noise on. I want that to be my alarm. Just that noise. Just that hey, ow. Just that noise right there.
You don't think somebody's hurting
alarm.
in the middle of the night?
No, because that is not. Is that how you say ow when you're hurt? You don't say ow. Only funky people say ow like that.
Can we clip that for a text alert for you so that every time your phone buzzes, ow?
That would be great. Hey! That would be great. Welcome back to the experience. Tyler Springs filling in for Peter. Got Max Vincent on the other side. And me, myself, I am CJ Hurt. Baseball is going on. Max, what is our pitch count?
I think we're still at like 260.
Oh, because I forgot where I got up that high.
Peter went to a
2
game.
games? Peter, 1 game.
Oh, that's right. Well, he watched the other one.
Oh, yes.
At the restaurant.
At the restaurant. So, okay. We have nothing, neither do I.
No Redbirds games for you guys?
Not yet.
Not even on.
We're talking Major League Baseball.
Oh, all right.
College didn't count.
So the minor league doesn't count. It's just MLB?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that is where we are. But we got Tyler here.
Hey.
And ow. And All-Star weekend is
coming up.
It's coming up. So figure why not talk some baseball, give our baseball junkies, the folks who think like you're Greg Gaskins, Eli Savoy's, John Hardens, Brett Wolos of the world, give them which is more people than me, that we'll give you guys some of this baseball fix.
May as well.
Why not?
May as well try.
Why not? Let's go.
The All-Star game. Do you know what it is?
I feel like it's Wednesday.
You're close.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
That's right.
Knew it was one of them days.
It's pretty much always on a Tuesday. Because the first half always ends on Sunday.
All right.
Need a day for everybody to kind of get there, get settled. Then you get the All-Star game. Then you get a day's break or maybe 2 days break. Then you come back on Friday.
Okay.
That's how this sort of works. You do it this way pretty much in every league that I've seen. That's what they did in our league. So it's close enough where you can drive everywhere in our league, though. So sometimes, like, if you're in the major leagues and you got to fly to get to the All-Star game, it takes a little while to get there. You know what I mean? So it's not the best, but you get some days off on the back end. So it's fun. I think it's fun that we get to bring all these like great baseball players together. It's not like the NBA All-Star game where like everybody's playing no defense. I think there is a decent level of competent defense played. I think there is a level of offense wanted, and the fact that people will say what they want to say, but I think the Major League Baseball itself, the ball, is different this year. There's going to be more offense in this game, which I think people can be excited about.
Okay.
Although there is, in some circumstances, there's too many home runs for my liking.
All right.
Not at the minor league level, but at the major league level, you just feel like anybody can hit it out at any time, which makes things exciting in some ways, but also makes it sort of like it's not. It's like shooting three. It's like dunking on a 7-foot rim. You know what I mean? Like it's not that. It's no longer impressive.
All right.
I mean, the pitchers are better at the major league level. They're probably the best they've ever been. But the hitters also have a bit of a built-in advantage with this ball, which they will or they won't confirm that it's different.
Juiced.
It is. You used the J word. You did. I mean, I like the home runs. I like seeing different people that I'm accustomed to hitting home runs. But I also think that there's still room for just plain good hitters who hit balls in the gap, can run like the wind. Have a cannon for an arm, can throw people out at the plate. But that's not what impresses people anymore. We're measuring stuff.
Do we have those people?
Yeah, we do for
Okay.
sure. I mean, like you could say Mike Trout's one of those guys.
Okay, that was the one that immediately came to mind was Trout, and that is what makes Trout different to me from everybody else, because not only can he hit for power, not only does he hit for power, but he can put the ball in play and get around the bases as well.
Right, the best can. A guy like Jeff McNeil, who Jeff McNeil?
No,
buddy of yours?
No.
Yeah,
I do actually. I call him good old Jeff.
Is that what you call him?
That's what I call him. Call him Jeff.
All one word? Is that how you write a letter to him? Good old Jeff.
Good old Jeff. How's it going? That's how I start all my text messages to him.
You know which team he plays for? Does he play for a team, Major League Baseball?
Huh?
Is it a team in a big market?
Yeah, he plays for one of those teams in one of them markets, man. Jeff, good old Jeff.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
He's leading one of the leagues in batting average.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah.
He's leading either the American or the National League in batting average. That's it.
Do you know which one it is?
National.
You got it right. Look at that.
Yes.
One for
Dodgers?
Close. Mets.
Okay. That's not close.
Major market. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I tried. I really tried. But Jeff McNeil is one of the surprises of the season.
Yeah.
Because he's been a guy who's had a little bit of injury problems.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't heard of him. So clearly he's come from, if not out of nowhere, almost nowhere.
Okay.
And now he's hitting 349 in the National League without hitting buku home runs.
Right.
Right? So he's one of the guys, he's kind of the old school guy that we talk about. But a guy like Cody Bellinger, still doing Cody Bellinger things, second in the league in batting average, and also second in the league in home runs. That's what makes Cody Bellinger a potential MVP candidate this time of the year. You've also got Christian Yelich, who's the reigning National League MVP in the race. Those guys flanked by Peter Alonso, who's hit a ton of home runs for the Mets. Josh Bell, who's hit a ton of extra base hits for the Pirates. I think those are some of the more fun storylines to watch as we go to the All-Star break in terms of young guys coming up and being in positions we didn't expect them to be in. Now, some of these teams are not good. Like, let's go to a major market team that's not good. Pick one.
New York.
Which one?
Mets.
There you go.
I mean,
You're 2 for 2.
It's just
You're
York.
amazing. You're blowing it away right now. The Mets somehow are worse, even with the National League's batting average leader and the guy who ranks third in home runs in all of Major League Baseball. How it happens, I'm not sure.
I know how it happens.
How does it happen?
It happens. I only know this because of the threat to punch people in the face. So it's like, okay, now I'm interested. When we talk about punching people in the face, I get interested and I begin to delve into it. They can't hold on to leads. They take all these leads into the eighth inning and they blow them routinely. Their bullpen is blowing leads and it's because some would say that the coach isn't the one making the decisions on picking the closer and picking how long the closer can pitch. The front office wants the close three outs. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. And so what is happening is they are stretching those middle relievers, I guess is what we're calling them, way longer than what they should. And so you get to the eighth inning with one out, and bang, they give up runs routinely. At the time, this was as of 2 weeks ago, and I'm sure they've blown some saves since then. But as of 2 weeks ago, they have blown 17.
But you put this on Brody Van Wagenen and not on Memphis native or on Mickey Callaway.
That is what I've read led to the frustration in the locker room where people were being threatened to be punched in the face. It was frustration about, hey, coach, why are you not going to your reliever sooner? And he can't say, because the front office won't let me. But there have been reports out there, I think one was in New York Daily, that was like, hey, he wanted to at one point in time in the season, and he was told he couldn't. And that front office is the one that is making coaching decisions, those types of decisions. So while he can decide some things, they are very conscious in the front office about how much they use certain players.
Can you imagine Rob Pelinka telling Frank Vogel what sets to run?
Exactly. I absolutely can, and that is why I think the Lakers are going to be such a spectacle, because that is what they were setting up for. They already told Frank, yo, this is who's going to be on your coaching staff, dog. Take it or leave it. This is what is going to happen, and this person is going to report to us directly. Like you can't run a franchise like that. If you got a coach, you got to let the coach do what the word says and coach. You can have meetings with them after games. You guys can come up with a strategy. You can even dictate the strategy. You can say, hey, this is what is going to happen. This is how we need it to play out. You're creative. Figure out how to make it work. We want to take more threes. We're not going to tell you how to draw up a play. Figure it out. Go ahead. And then the coach has to figure that out. But you can't have a situation where you are dictating to the person what has to happen on the field in game moments, because then you get a situation where it's a show. It is a spectacle in the worst of ways, and you got different factions popping off in your locker room. Because one player might say, hey, coach is coach. I'm going to rock with coach. Another player might say, yeah, coach don't got no power. I don't got to listen to him. I can take my complaints to the general manager, to the front office, and we can make this work because they're the ones with the power and with the pull. And I feel like the Mets are dangerously close to that situation popping off where we get the, quote, fractured locker room, and then it just becomes just a beautiful, if you're not a Mets fan, a beautiful downward spiral. And I'm here for it.
Well, you're going to get quite the spectacle, I think, from the Mets in the second half if they don't turn this around. And
12 and a half games back of the Braves for first in that division. Just imagine if they had I don't know, instead of blowing 17 saves, they had got 10 of those.
Well, they thought Edwin Diaz was going to be the guy for that. But again, when you said you've got the meddling there from up top, then you tend to have a problem. And it's a problem in that job in particular because we all have jobs where we do stuff that we're told to do because that's what people above us tell us to do.
Right.
But in a job like that where you have to answer for what you're doing and you're not allowed to say, well, old buddy over there, he's the one that told me to do this thing.
Your boy,
wrong.
You
Right.
think I don't know I need to put this guy in there sooner? Holla at your man's upstairs. He's the one that's telling me I can't.
I think that's part of the frustration for people is that when they have to make up things for things that they didn't do, that in and of itself
being held accountable for stuff that's not really your fault.
Yeah, that's tough. That's very tough.
It is.
And I'm hopeful for the Mets that they can come out of that tailspin. But right now,
I'm not. I just like
you're
watching
just here
it
for
go.
drama.
I'm all the way here for the drama. I'm the opposite of Mary J. Blige. She has no more drama. I'm all about the drama in other people's lives.
Meanwhile, across town, despite having 22 guys having gone on the injured list this year, the New York Yankees are still being the New York Yankees. And that's got to be so frustrating. Just disheartening in the biggest way for Mets fans. And I feel bad, especially our guy Clayton Collier over at Local 24. Mets fan. Tough year. That they would be not only this good, but I did not think that they would be still where they are and by the margin that they're there.
Right.
I honestly thought there was a point at which their run differential during the first half was not that great, and I thought they were going to come back down to earth. And I thought also that because in the early going they had not played a ton of teams that were above 500, I thought they were feasting on lower competition.
Right.
But even with room still allowed for things to happen in the second half that could be adverse, it surprised me that Minnesota is so far out in front. I mean, Kansas City is bad. They're bad. But Minnesota is so good, they're 26 games out in front in the American League Central. And that has surprised me to no end. The second best run differential behind the Yankees in the American League. And when you've got somebody like Jose Barrios pitching the way that he's pitching, when you've got a guy like Jake Odorizzi in competition for the league lead in the ERA, those guys, I think, were expected to be good, but maybe not this good. And Jorge Polanco is a first-time All-Star. I think somebody that they didn't expect to come along to this degree. They can stay there because this is a weak year for especially the Indians, who didn't get the seasons that they got last year from Francisco Lindor and from Jose Ramirez. And that hurts me personally because Jose Ramirez may or may not have been on my fantasy team. I can't confirm or deny. We'll do neither one. But to see those guys underperforming, and Lindor's come back a little bit, Ramirez has not, that opens things up for a team like the Twins where they can say, all right, like we may be ahead of schedule, and they're doing some new things, like they hired a pitching coach straight out of college because they felt like he was doing newer, innovative things, and the younger pitchers were listening to him, and they wanted to go that way versus a team like the Mets, who now have a pitching coach who's older than 80.
Yeah.
80 years old. And that's going backwards, right? The Twins are going forwards. And that surprised me, even though I'm grateful and I think that forward-thinking teams should go forward, tend to go forward. That has still been, I think, the biggest surprise to me is that they are where they are, and I don't think anyone's threatening them, at least at this point.
We got a text I want to get to on the other side of the break. We're going to continue this baseball conversation. You're listening to The Experience on a very funky Friday. It's raining outside right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check out Dave Voloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time. Weekdays from 3 till 6 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roofing. If you're in need of a roof, there's no better place to start than Five Ash Roofing. No matter what your situation is, we have you covered. We can walk you through the insurance process without committing fraud like many of my competitors. You'd be surprised how many times salesmen and contractors will manufacture storm damage just so they can get a sale. We do residential, multifamily, and commercial work. We're certified in every form of roofing we offer. Our labor warranties are for the life of the shingle, and we don't charge extra for that. And to my knowledge, there's no other roofing company in Memphis offering that level of security. And if that's not enough, we offer a best price guarantee. We are the official roofer of the University of Memphis Athletic Department and a proud member of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Hi friends, I'm Shane Stanford from Christ Church Memphis. Here at Christ Church, we believe in Memphis and we believe in you. And every Sunday at 11 o'clock, we want to invite you to come hear a biblically based, Christ-centered message that talks about God's love for you and His guidance in your life. And also to hear an interview by amazing people who are doing incredible things for our city and our community. So don't miss us, 11 o'clock, right here on this station, every Sunday morning. I'm Shane Stanford. Remember, you matter.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire-roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
At the Home Depot, warmer days means it's time to add Figaro colored mulch to your landscape. Right now, get 5 bags for just $10. Figaro mulch helps soil retain moisture and comes in shades of red, brown, or black. If you're looking for a healthier garden and more curb appeal, you're getting warmer. Today is the day for doing, with red, white, and blue savings on Figaro colored mulch, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Limit 60 per customer. Color selection varies by store. While supplies last. Continental U.S. only.
Get your gun, Nelly, and saddle up Penelope. It's Western Trading Days at Sunrise Buick GMC. Old-time trading prices on over 800 new Buicks and GMCs, and the Sunrise Used Car Corral has over 150 in stock. Sunrise has rustled up a good-looking herd of cars and trucks under $99.95. Ranch managers have been told to cut prices to the bone. If you're a good person with bad credit, SunriseMemphis.com will help you get your brand on one of these little fillies. Free hot dogs and Cokes at the Chuck Wagon. Western Trading Days, 385 in Houston, Levy, and Collierville. Cars cost less at Sunrise, partner.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Welcome back. Just that's the bass with the boom, chicka, boom. Like that is just so funky. Ooh. Welcome back into the experience on a very funky Friday. It's wet over here. It's wet on the mountain. And it's raining outside. Okay. All right.
I like that. It's wet on the mountain.
Get a little sweat going on with the funk.
Yes. Yes, just a little bit. It is wet on the mountain. Right over here, it is raining. Looks like it is about to clear up, though. Like I said, according to the Doppler doohickey, yeah, it does. You're right. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like it's going to clear up, but it will. It will. Scattered thunderstorms like it's been virtually every day this week. Every day this week, it has rained for roughly 15 to 45 minutes. It has been hard rain, depending on where you are, for 5 to 10 minutes. And then it stops and we get back to living. So scattered thunderstorms, don't worry. Put a movie on for the kids because you're that fun relative that everybody wants, or you're the neighborhood mom. Everybody wants to kick it at your house for whatever reason. So put on a movie for the kids. Let them sit down. Just wait it out. 30 minutes will pass. You can stick them back outside to maybe drink water out of the water hose. I'm still not sure where we stand on that. Texas text in. First Bank text line 67129 or hit us up. I forgot that we were on the Facebook. I don't know how I forgot that, but we are. You can see us in our beautiful 5th of July splendor. Nick on Facebook said cashew milk from the first hour. We were trying to figure out a dairy boy name for you.
But that's not dairy.
I mean, but you're a temporary member of the Dairy Boys.
That's right.
That is why that works. That is why Austin is almond milk.
It can be just cheddar cheese.
So Austin,
cheddar cheese. Wait, we're doing cheeses now?
That's dairy.
Wait. That
we are expanding Dairy Boys.
If you open up the cheese door, oh boy, that makes my mouth water. I mean, we could go a lot of places.
They don't like cheese.
We go crazy.
Max and Peter don't like cheese.
We all nuts. I mean, I'm nuts because I'm cashew milk. me and Austin are nuts. Cashew and almond milk. And that's still not as nuts as not liking cheese.
No, they get cheese.
You telling me you don't eat pizza?
They get cheeseburgers without.
You don't eat pizza?
Whoa!
Time out.
Get on that microphone.
I mean, I like pizza, but I just don't eat it like all the time. No.
Okay, but you like pizza.
Yes.
Okay. Oh
wow. I mean,
Max, I was going to request a transfer if Max was going to be like, I don't like pizza.
I don't blame
because he not only would that mean he doesn't like pizza, but this man hasn't seen Cool Runnings.
Ooh.
And hasn't seen The Little Mermaid.
I mean, those things are entirely unrelated, but how do you fail to check all those boxes? I mean, that's I mean, I'm not even mad. That's amazing. I forgive you. I do.
You don't have Max, do you have any girl cousins or anything like that?
Yes.
And so y'all just didn't have to interact with one another?
No, I just didn't care to watch any of that stuff.
But what were you doing when that was on? So you've never had to play with Barbie dolls?
No.
Okay.
Neither have I. I didn't have sisters, though.
I did.
Listen, we're still getting away from the main point, which is the cheese, right? I mean, I don't know where you want to go. Maybe you do want to go with Little Mermaid on this. I know you're talking about the girl that got confused with Halle Berry yesterday, right?
Halle Bailey. Yes. Halle Bailey is going to be the new Little Mermaid. Now they're trying to figure out who Prince Eric is.
Right. But, I mean, you could make it the guy from Spider-Man.
Which guy from Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
You think he would be?
Doesn't he have a Prince-like look and a youthful look?
But not that Prince. You look like a Prince Eric. It is the jawline that goes with it. You know how it's that chisel look. No problem. There's a twinkle in your eye also. That certainly helps.
I mean, he's British. He can work it out.
You can't get the jawline, though. You're more Prince Eric. Max is more Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, you call Max the Beast?
I'm calling him the human form when he falls in love and gets the kiss or whatever. I'm calling him that. But that there's a definite look to these princes. So it's not just, hey, can you act? But also, because it is a musical, you got to sing. Can you act and sing? And do you look like this particular prince?
Okay. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you any of that. We're getting so far away from the point
of
that I'm way out of my depth. But I can tell you who the prince.
I like the depth thing talking about the sea. I like that.
But I can tell you who the prince is. I can tell you who the beast is. I can tell you who the big cheese that people are asking about is. It's all the same guy.
Who is it?
Austin Riley.
Oh, I see what
South
you did there.
Haven's own Austin Riley. You see, this is how we circle it back.
Yes, text it in. How about the job Austin Riley is doing?
Great question. Austin Riley, of course, South Haven's own, former DeSoto Central kicker. I think that's what he's mostly known for, right? He's just the kicker, football team.
Okay.
David Basham used to call his game, said he was a great kicker. Honestly, was a really good kicker in high school. Also occasionally played third base and might have gotten drafted by the Braves. So, Austin Riley, professional baseball player, professional hitter, had a great start to the season, getting called up in May, and has tapered off a little bit toward June. But they're doing a thing with him a little bit like what the Nationals did with Trey Turner when he first came up, in the sense of nominally Trey Turner's a shortstop, but they would play him a little bit, in other positions, namely center field, where his skills certainly play, and they felt like the bat was ready to at least hold its own. And Riley's average has gone down a lot since he first came up, and he was hitting gangbusters in May. But listen, if you're looking to be the Braves and you want to win a division crown, and you want to stick it to the Dodgers in a way that you didn't or you couldn't last year, that's a bat that may prove useful by the time that they get to the playoffs, if he's got enough reps under his belt at that point to say, all right, like I'm a rookie, but I can still find my way through an at-bat against Clayton Kershaw and not be overmatched.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pleased with the job that Austin Riley is doing right now. I think that there is still a little bit left to be desired in terms of like what his potential is going to be. Like who he is right now, we cannot expect him to be who he's going to be, 2-3 years from now with more major league experience. But in that lineup, he just has to be that guy. He doesn't have to be the man the way he would have to be the man on a lot of other teams who are less prospect laden. So if you're a Braves fan, I think you got a lot to look forward to being Austin Riley.
And that's the beautiful thing about this situation. He is being allowed to grow into a role, not thrust into it with the weight of the expectations. Because we've seen, and we do see time and time again, the weight of expectations really affect certain people's growth and development. When you're allowed to kind of come in and then find your own and work through it, and then they basically take the training wheels off, and hey, you're the guy now. Think about what Kawhi was able to do with that Spurs team. It was, hey, this is Tony, this is Tim, this is Manu's team. Just find yourself, and then he was able to find himself and then grow and then develop. And now look at what he is now. So I'm not saying that Austin Riley is on the same type of trajectory as a Kawhi Leonard, but it bodes well that this is how he is playing, one, and two, he has there's not a ton of pressure on him.
No, he's playing an unfamiliar position, and people can give him a little bit of slack on that, given that he's a third baseman playing left field, and that's going to look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, he's playing capably, and he's playing on a regular basis. And I think he ought to be commended for that. And the Braves are playing like gangbusters right now, way out in front, 6 games ahead of Washington. Washington's better, I think, than we thought they were going to be without Bryce Harper. We could talk a little bit about why Ronald Acuna, who's in the home run derby, is having so much success and whether or not he thinks I'm going to win. Spoiler alert, I think he will.
We got to get to a break. Let's take the break, and we'll get to that home run derby, because I don't think from an all-star perspective, I can't think of something as fun as a home run derby. I am one of those people who enjoy watching people dunk the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. You can be as creative as you want to. I like it. I know it gets flack from time to time. I also enjoy the three-point contest. Like, that's great. I can't make a single three from NBA range. I marvel at the fact that these guys make all these threes in such a short period of time. Home run derby, though, just the spectacle of the home run, and then the stories behind it, where sometimes it is the father pitching to his son, or the little league coach or the high school coach, the one who really fostered that sense of love for the game, pitching to him. Like, those storylines are great. So we're going to talk about some of our favorite moments from past home run derbies and some of our favorite all-star events, not just in MLB, but across all sports. On the other side, you're listening to The Experience right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. Is your air conditioning system ready for the hot Memphis summer? Good news, it's spring cleaning time at Conway Services. We'll come out and perform our exclusive 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up on your air conditioning system for only $69. Did you know the number one cause of air conditioning system breakdown is dirt? A dirty air conditioning system can literally starve the life from your home's cooling system, causing untimely breakdowns, higher utility costs, and even premature equipment failure. We'll remove years of dirt, grime, and leaves from your air conditioning system, making sure you're ready for the hot Memphis summer, all for only $69. It's like taking your air conditioner to a car wash. Plus, right now, we'll treat your air conditioner with a special Teflon coating to help protect against the hot Memphis sun. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511, and call this week and we'll perform your super tune-up for only $57.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Upon official review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
We deliver jerseys, funny foam fingers, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
Welcome to Sherwin-Williams.
Hi there. I heard paints are 30% off.
Yep, and stains too.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. Only at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Right now?
Well, June 21st through July 8th.
Ah, bring it in. I'm a big hugger.
It's cool. Ask Sherwin-Williams June 21st through July 8th and save 30% on paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94. Only at your local Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
At the Home Depot, warmer days means it's time to add Vigoro colored mulch to your landscape. Right now, get 5 bags for just $10. Vigoro mulch helps soil retain moisture and comes in shades of red, brown, or black. If you're looking for a healthier garden and more curb appeal, you're getting warmer. Today is the day for doing, with red, white, and blue savings on Vigoro colored mulch, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Limit 60 per customer. Color selection varies by store. While supplies last. Continental U.S. only.
The World Golf Championships FedEx St. Jude Invitational makes its debut at TPC Southwind, July 24th through 28th.
Join me, Justin Thomas, when I defend my title at TPC Southwind. Tickets are on sale at WGCFedEx.com.
As much as you might want to spend some time enjoying a leisurely meal inside the comfortable confines of Sunrise on Jefferson, sometimes you just don't have the time. That's why you can always call ahead to get the delicious Sunrise food to go. Just call 552-3144 and place your order. And when you get to Sunrise, you can just run in the side door, pick up your breakfast or lunch, and be back on the road in no time at all. If you can't take the time to eat at Sunrise, you can still get a taste of heaven and take it with you. Everything will be a little bit better if you pick up some Sunrise.
Campbell Clinic now offers daytime walk-in care, and you don't need an appointment. If you've got any kind of urgent break, sprain, strain, you can walk into any of their 5 convenient locations Monday through Friday from 8 until 4. There's no long wait you have to put up with the ER, and those doctors are really good, but they're not orthopedists. They're not world-renowned orthopedists who have come up with different procedures and written the manuals for them that are used everywhere in the world, and I'm not kidding you. And you can now see those doctors who treat the Tigers, the Grizzlies, the Redbirds. You can see them today without an appointment. And I'm talking Collierville, Germantown, South Haven, downtown at the Med Center, or even the Campbell Clinic Spine Center in Cordova. Now, if you've got something pressing, you got to go to work, and you can bear the pain until the evening, there's Campbell Clinic After Hours. That's Monday through Thursday from 5 to 8 in Germantown, South Haven, even Saturday morning in Germantown. If you're injured, don't wait. Visit Campbell Clinic Walk-In Care or Campbell Clinic After Hours.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56 and 87.7 FM anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also keep up to date with everything going on by keeping up with Sports 56 on social media. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook for information on breaking news, station events, big guests, and opportunities to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Stay in touch with Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter today. Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGF LP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurd. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Burning. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't
Yes,
count.
it does.
Welcome back to the experience. No, it doesn't. What am I supposed to do when the funk hits me, Max? I tried to stop it. I did. Speaking of burning, Austin Eldridge came in here and showed us a video of the St. Lucie Mets just during the fire. St. Lucie?
Yeah.
I don't know. St. Lucie, St. Lucie. I've never seen this.
It's all good. It's Florida.
City.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's
Florida.
odd.
It's weird. Yeah.
They're weird names. In Opelika in Alabama. It took me forever to figure out how to say that. But anyways, they decided they were going to do fireworks show and caught the trees on around the stadium on fire. Speaking of burning, and didn't stop shooting the fireworks. Trees are burning in the background as this fireworks show continues.
You can just see the headline. I mean, Florida man lights fire accidentally, thinks it's cool. Right? I mean, this is the only things like this happen in Florida, and only to people related to the Mets.
And this is the second time it's happened.
So they did it again.
In 2017. A similar situation happened where fireworks show, great, cool. Wait, what's that? The trees are on fire? Oh.
There's some kind of subliminal message in there.
I think there's a very obvious message in there. Don't pop fireworks if you're in that stadium, or do it better than that. The Redbirds pop fireworks constantly. Jackson Generals do it
Every
constantly.
Saturday.
And there are trees around the General Stadium.
Yes.
Any of them ever caught fire?
Not that I've seen. I didn't think it was that hard.
Are we not sure there's like a burn ban there with the fire going on?
A what?
Where you can't light any fire because it's so dry.
I don't think so.
In Florida?
Why would it be? No.
Well,
that happens in Cali.
Well, the thing with that, Max, is I think that the climate in Florida is humid enough where you can't dry stuff out the way the heat in Arizona, California, places like that where it's less humid can make things into tinder just by like squeezing the life out of them, so to speak. Whereas like plants in Florida, I feel like they ought not have a problem like staying hydrated properly.
Pretty daggum hydrated with all that Gatorade floating around there. Pretty hydrated.
You make a great point.
Yes. Yes. A lot of humidity also, to Tyler's point. Like, there's not that. They're just bad at popping fireworks. This got nothing to do with dry brush and everything to do with you being bad at popping fireworks. If it happens once, it was an accident. If this happens twice, it's a problem. Or, excuse me, it's a trend. If it happens 3 times, it's a problem. Like, and they are dangerously close to having a serious problem with the fireworks situation.
If it happens 4 times, you're fired.
No! I see what you did there.
That's how this works.
I like it. I like it. We were talking MLB, some thoughts about the first half of the season. We got into Austin Riley also towards the end of the segment in the last hour. If you missed that or any other portion of the show, feel free to go to sports56whbq.com and you can click our podcast folder and listen to all of the past shows, not only from this past episodes, not only from this show, but from middays, happy hour, and sports time. You can go there. If you want to stream us because you are not near a radio, you can also go there to do that, sports56whbq.com, and click on the Listen Live, Listen Now button, and you can do that. You really should probably just have the Sports 56 app because it is so much easier because then you just push the app button, boop, and then bop, 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 and you got all that stuff right there at your fingertips.
Wait, how's it go?
Boop, bop, bop, bop. Then you got all that stuff at your fingertips. You can text the show. First Bank text line 67129. You can call us as well. First Bank phone lines 360-8255. How about a nickname of A2 Milk?
A2 Milk.
A2. I have no clue what A2 is in reference to.
I think A2 is like a particular vitamin that gets added to the milk.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna vote.
So
that down.
you'd be A2 because you are enhancing the show, although you're not a part of the Dairy Boys.
Interesting. I might be able to get behind that.
We'll think about it.
Yeah.
We'll think about it.
We'll consider it.
So
cheese is still on the list.
Cheese is on the list.
Which is not cheesy at all.
The Home Run Derby is one of my favorite events in All-Star games. And like I said, towards the end of the segment last hour, it is because not only the physical feat, like the power you have to have, and the smoothness with which you have to swing to hit home runs. But it's the kids running around chasing balls in the outfield. And as somebody who was a kid at one point in time, one of my favorite things to do, still to this day at ballparks, is try and get the foul balls. And you got kids out there in the field chasing balls down, which is great. You got the storyline about the relationship between the person pitching to the batter and the batter. You've got these awesome athletes. Ken Griffey Jr., when he was in the Home Run Derby, I wanted to be left-handed so bad because that swing was just so cool looking to me.
Did you turn your cap around? You turned your cap around, didn't you?
Did I? Can I? When have I stopped? At some point in time when I am wearing a hat, it goes from on the head, goes slight tilt, goes completely backwards, it goes to the side, and it goes completely backwards because of Griff. It does. That is who I saw do it, and it's like, oh, that's cool. Put my hat to the back because I'm a baller like Ken Griffey Jr., son. So that is so cool to me. What say you, Tyler Springs? What are some of your favorite All-Star games, not just MLB, but any All-Star game event?
I like the Home Run Derby. I like that people get pretty hyped up about it, and I like that there's some camaraderie to it. You know, I know that when you go and you watch the slam dunk competition, for instance, it's fun, and there's a lot of celebrity there, and there are a lot of people there who are also playing in the game, but maybe not dressed for the game because that's not their night to go to work. They're just there to enjoy stuff. You know, you've got the gif of, who is it, Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins on that bench watching the slam dunk competition and just sort of
freaking
nuts.
out.
Yeah,
Yes.
going nuts. I like that, but what I like with the baseball Home Run Derby is you've got, if they're doing it right, and most guys do it right, you've got a lot of guys kind of pulling shenanigans on the guys who are in the batter's box. So, like, if they let them take a timeout between, like, periods of swinging, stuff like that. It happened in our league's Home Run Derby in the Southern League in AA, where, like, a guy would call for timeout in the middle of his round, and he'd have, like, 3 or 4 of his teammates come over, and they do the whole thing where they're, like, in the boxing corner. They're fanning him with a towel. They're squirting water in his mouth. You know, they're like, massaging his shoulders. They're doing that whole thing, even though, you know, more than likely that guy's like, get off me, you know, in his mind. It looks funny. You know, they mug for the camera more, I think, when they're I think the baseball guys, this is their opportunity, right? Because the rest of the season, people always give the complaint, baseball guys don't show enough emotion. Right. Professional baseball, not an emotional sport. Because you can't show that much emotion every single day. It's very hard to bring that level of emotion every day and maintain your energy for the next day. But this is a circumstance where everybody's a little more footloose, fancy-free. You can feel free to hype up your own guys. You can send fake hate at the other guys. You can be a little more energetic with it, and I think guys show off more personality that way. That's why I like this part of the baseball calendar, because it shows you and introduces America to the guys who not only are the best performers, but also the big stars. That's why I think it's a good combination to get the best performers plus some of the guys who are, if you're borderline and you're well-known, get them on national television so more people know you and can see you and can catch up with you. But let them mug, you know, let them sort of just shuck and jive and be who they want to be and who they can be when they're not pressed by the demands of a day after day after day after day after day schedule.
And that is why the Home Run Derby is my favorite. Because in a sport, like you said, where there's an unwritten rule about fun. There's an unwritten rule about how to express fun and how much fun you can have. And it's usually met, if you break the rule, with harsh punishment, ball thrown at you. And as silly and as absurd as I find that to be, this time of the year, it's fun. It comes out in the All-Star game, not just at the home run derby, but in the actual All-Star game itself. It is fun. It is people out there digging in, competing. They are competing.
Yes.
But they are having fun doing so. Who was it that Barry Bonds picked up on his shoulder in the All-Star game? Or was it Sammy Sosa?
Oh, gosh. Now I'm going to.
Now I got to look it up. It's going to bother me. But you have that moment where home run gets robbed, and instead of trotting back to the dugout, it is, hey, I'm on the field, I'm grabbing this guy, I'm teasing him, I'm having fun. Like that sort of thing. It gives the players, because when you're only allowed to show fun a certain way, it severely handicaps and limits your personality and your charisma. And that is what makes stars stars.
Yes.
Not necessarily, not just the performance on the field or the court or the pitch. It is what happens, how you perform and the show. You get to be a showman now, and how you get to put on that show. It is not just that Steph Curry can hit threes. It's not just that he's one of the best shooters ever in NBA history. It is that he takes the three, he poses, he hits the three, he shimmies back up the court. It is the yell after a dunk.
Yes.
That is what it is. It is the dance after a touchdown. Yes, Deion Sanders, great NFL player. Great showman, because he is high stepping into the end zone. He has his own choreographed dance. He has some type of personality, charisma, and charm, and people are drawn to that. And in baseball, you don't get that as much.
Right.
You got it. Again, I go back to Ken Griffey Jr. That's why I wanted to be him. He exuded cool. And that is something that you got to see firsthand. And it gets amplified more at the All-Star game, where everybody's relaxing and having a good time and not getting in trouble for having a good time.
Yeah, and they're rooting for each other, too. So I think there are many different ways to be a star. You can be a Paul Goldschmidt who captivates people in a different way than, say, Javi Baez, because Baez is a lot of energy and sort of it's outward, whereas Goldschmidt is very reserved, and they're both extremely good at baseball in different ways. But I think the All-Star game is a platform that's made for guys to release a little more energy, and I think you'll see that this year, certainly with Ronald Acuna. There's some guys in there that some folks know, some folks don't know quite as well. The field this year with a guy like Christian Yelich, who's well known, should have like people to root for. Yelich is a pretty reserved guy, having heard him interviewed a couple of times. Not maybe reserved is the wrong word, but not going to do something outlandish. Everybody loves Vlad Guerrero Jr., who's in there as a rookie, who people will certainly draw comparisons to his father, and the way that he swings and the energy with which he plays. You've got Alex Bregman, who's a world champion. You've got Jock Peterson, who's a World Series participant with the Dodgers. You've got Peter Alonso, who's a rookie who I think nobody expected really to be here. And I think all of those guys bring a different element to the table. You've got a couple of guys who are native Spanish speakers, Ronald Acuna, Carlos Santana, guys that will draw the cheers of the worldwide audience, and the Spanish-speaking audience for sure. I've seen Acuna play. He plays with a sense of flair for sure, and that's part of what makes him a captivating guy to watch. But you try to find. Either if you can't find something funny or something really entertaining, you try to find the you part that's in them.
Yes.
And that's what draws you to one of the competitors.
Yes. And it was that situation where Barry Bonds drilled a ball. And at the wall, because I was watching the video.
Oh, I know this. Yes. I know who you're going to say.
At the wall, it is Ichiro on one side and Torrey going up there. Torrey Hunter robs Barry Bonds. And in that moment, it is, oh my gosh, what a hit. Oh, my gosh, what a grab. He robbed him in the All-Star game. Barry just laughing. Barry Bonds, somebody else who can be a real prickly person, is laughing about this. Takes his helmet off. Torrey Hunter and Ichiro are exchanging words about like, yo, I can't believe it. Like, yeah, I got there. I got him. And here comes Barry Bonds, big-headed, big-shouldered, just big in general. Barry Bonds picks Torrey Hunter up, and lifts them off the ground as they kid each other and joke around a bit. It is the all-star game, and this is what it should be.
Yeah.
I didn't like that it was for home field in the playoffs. I didn't like that because it took this element away.
Yeah.
Just the sheer fun of baseball
People have got
away.
People got to decide whether they want it to mean something or whether they want it to be fun.
It does mean something. That fun means something.
Yeah.
You can measure that fiscally when you're having fun and you're letting the charisma show. One of the complaints about baseball is, who are the stars? Do they do a good enough job marketing the stars? What makes you a star is your ability to be a showman on top of being really, really good at what you do. And here in this moment, you get both. You get a chance to both show against the best players in our league, this is what I can do. And hey, look at me be silly and having fun. Don't you wish you were like me? Don't you wish like you could kick it with me, have a beer with me, hang out with me? Look at how much fun I'm having. That is why this for baseball is such a big deal and so much fun. Whereas in other leagues, I'm thinking about the NFL, which gets a knock for being non-fun, the not fun league. They are still, those players still find a way, even if you took celebrations from touchdowns away, which I'm glad that that's back because it allows you to add a certain level of charisma. Even when you take that away, when there was a penalty for celebrating in the end zone, people still found ways and just took the fine to celebrate and to let that charisma and that personality show. Even in the NBA, like that dunking is cool. Dunking on somebody is also cool. The reaction to the bench to somebody being dunked on is priceless. That is fun. And that charisma shows and makes your league more entertaining and more fun to watch and draws more fans in.
I would sort of like to see if we can figure out how to set up a stunt like, remember when Blake Griffin dunked over a car?
Yes.
Right? Like
yes.
That's a pretty iconic moment in terms of like the slam dunk competitions, the slam dunks that have been tried.
King Kia, yes.
Yes. Is that what it was? That's what you call him.
That's what he's called,
okay.
King Kia.
King Kia. You can't say that too fast, otherwise it sounds like something else. But there's got to be an element where you can set up a feat in a sport where it's impressive, right? Like dunking over a basketball. I know of like in professional lacrosse context, guys who have shot lacrosse goals while like jumping over the hood of a car, something like that.
Okay.
You know? But like, what would like the equivalent would be? You have to be like, how do you make like a backhand play and then you make a throw like sliding over the hood of a Mustang or something like that? You know, like what would be the equivalent for a baseball player where you could set it up and it would be cool to watch, but it would also be like not that dangerous. You know, like you could do it at half speed. They can do stuff at like half speed, 75% speed, where it's not really dangerous. But you'd have to sort of think about, all right, what are the ways that we can make these players the center of attention in a way that's different than just crushing and crushing and crushing bombs, especially for the guys who can't crush bombs but like might be fun to watch.
Satchel Paige. Thank you, Brett Norsworthy, by the way. Brett, great guy. Gave me a bunch of books, and one of them was about Satchel Paige. And one of the things he did to just goofing off, just entertaining folks, his teammates. Like, you know, Satchel can throw a ball over a matchbook and not hit a single one. Like, no, you're lying. Not knock it over. Like, right over it. You get those types of pitching things set up where it is some sort of prop. And it's, okay, let's see you throw over this. And the way we are set up now, with all the technology we have, with the ability to zoom in, like you could look and see to the millimeter, like how close this person is to this particular object. So you get a pitcher out there, you say, hey, show us your curveball. We want to see how far you can curve this and if you can curve it back into this hole right here. And then let's see what happens there. Because pitching, the art of pitching is pretty damn impressive when you think about somebody being able to throw close to 90, mid-90s miles an hour fastball, and then hit you with a changeup or a change of speed pitch that is in the 70s that has all this movement.
Or to your point, what if they set up like a row of matchsticks and they said, all right, you get a baseball, you have to light these matches from 30 yards away.
That would be amazing.
Because you just have to skim it over the top of the matches, and you could get the slow-mo camera with the zoom in. You could see it like lighting up as it goes across.
Yeah.
But it would be, it'd be hard to set up. It'd be hard to think of things like that. But I bet somebody might come along and say, this is how we could do it.
Just go back and read about some of these stories from the major leagues in its infancy and listen to what they were doing to entertain themselves. Some of that stuff is amazing. The whole, hey, you can go and every matchup in baseball starts one-on-one with the pitcher and the batter.
Yeah.
Like that is it. But you can try and create more of those things, and you can try and create different sort of trick plays. I love the idea of, hey, you got to backhand this, slide over the hood, and throw it to first in time. Like that would just be cool.
Yeah.
That would be something that is fun to watch. And again, it allows for personality to be shown. One of the things that made a lot of the Negro Leaguers, Satchel Paige and others, really legendary was, again, not that they were great baseball players.
It's the showmanship.
It was the showmanship aspect of it. And if you listen to the oral history of the game, showmen have always been a part of baseball. In the All-Star game, you just have to find a way to bring that out of them. This was an unexpected topic, and Max is hitting his wrist, so I got to take a break. You jerk. Listen to The Experience right here on Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Okay, here we go. Now put it in reverse. Got it. Now forward. Okay. Reverse. Now turn the wheel. All right. Turn the wheel. No, reverse. Reverse. Slow down. Don't kill it. Kill the motor.
There's a reason they say curse like a sailor.
I said reverse.
Many reasons. Progressive's boat insurance has you covered. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Well, we're Doc now.
Memphis Public Golf, it's all about growing the game. Better play every day, that's their motto. They live up to it. And when I say growing the game, I mean teaching the game and the lessons that you get. And they do it almost every day. All golfers 17 and under, free green fees. That's how committed they are. And we're talking about 5 18-hole golf courses and 3 that have 9 holes apiece. I mentioned there's free golf for those that are 17 and under. That's Monday through Friday after 12 on weekends and holidays too. And that's on every course except for Galloway. Even at Galloway, there's family golf, and that is Saturday afternoons after 12 o'clock. That's adults $25 for 18 holes with a cart. Junior 17 and under, my favorite word, that would be free. And then there's clinics. They want to teach you every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 4:30 to 6:30 at Whitehaven, and then at the links at Pine Hills every Thursday, 4:30 to 6:30. All these great golf courses, all these free lessons, and free golf for those under 17. That's why Memphis Public Links is better play every day.
Hi, this is Troy 5 owner of 5 Roofing. As most of you know, I don't have a history of bragging or boasting that 5 Roofing is the best roofer in the Memphis area, but did you know we are the only diamond-level roofing professional in the area? We are one of very few local roofing companies that have been in business for 20 years. We've never had a justified claim against us. We are locally owned and family operated. Our labor warranties are for the life of the shingles. We're experts in insurance claim. We do residential and commercial work. We are the official roofer of the University of Memphis Athletic Department and a proud member of the Tigers home team. We support local youth sports and St. Jude's. We have worked with churches and veteran services to help those in need by providing services at a deep discount or even for free. We are currently working with Young Life to give them a free roof on the historic log cabin in Germantown. 5 Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5 Roofing. It's what we do. We're here for you.
A good friend of mine often says that golfers are the best athletes. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors. Now, I don't want to embarrass Ed by mentioning his name, but if you stop and think about it, he may be right. Just like the best real estate agent may not be who you think. Like a left tackle in football, a golfer hits it hard off the tee. Like a sprinter, the golfer walks down the fairway to reach his ball. Then like a quarterback who wants to connect with a distant target, the golfer hits the ball again, and in my case, again and again and again. So if you or someone you know is thinking of selling a home, draft your team by interviewing the players. Find out who will block that offensive lineman from knocking your deal down, and find out about the Shellbucks option play. When interviewing, call or email me to find out why people often say, when you want the job done, call Shell Done. You can reach me at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. That's 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now and don't fumble that ball.
You love your backyard and the outdoors. Insects love you. The Home Depot and Cutter have just what you need for whatever kind of outdoor lover you are. Personal repellents like Cutter Backwoods Spray for deep woods protection against mosquitoes and more. Cutter Dry Spray or Backwoods Dry Spray that won't leave you feeling oily or greasy. Get any 3 for just $9 for protection for the whole family. Today is the day for doing and saving on Cutter. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 7th in select stores. While supplies last. See store for details.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Welcome back on a Funky Friday. Is this live? It sounds like it's a live edition.
Nope,
rendition.
it's not.
It's not. Those horns. Yeah, the horn. Man. All right, you got to turn it off because I'm about to start singing. Like, stop it because I'm about to. Oh.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No. And I made the
scar
agreement.
people, I think, sometimes when you say
Speaking from experience, Max?
My voice is a blessing to
a
everybody.
lot of experience.
Welcome back into the experience. Speaking of experience, right here on Sports 56 87.7 FM. We got Max on the other side, keeping it funky, real funky. Funky like a skunk fart over there on the other side. We got Tyler over here. What? You okay, Max?
Wait. Is that a different thing from like a skunk spray?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know the difference.
Yeah, I have not been sprayed.
Okay.
I've not been sprayed.
You sound like you've been farted on by a skunk.
I have.
Interesting.
I have.
Don't tell me about that.
We talked a lot of baseball in the last segment. Text in your thoughts, 67129. Give us a call also on the First Bank phone lines, 360-8255. We discussed the Grizzlies in the first hour. Let's rehash some of those thoughts and get back into what the Grizzlies should do and what realistically expectations are for them this season with this young group, with this inexperienced group of NBA players, and being that pick is still going to be conveyed unless you finish in the bottom 6 this year. What would you like to see the Grizzlies go out there and do, and how are you going to judge a successful season for the Grizzlies?
Well, I think you can't rule that out, first off. I think there's a chance that they do finish the bottom 6 this year. But I think a successful season, as we talked about a little bit previously, is the development of your young talent, the guys that you take a chance on, that you get to look at, either become a part of your future or don't.
Mm-hmm.
So you can decide whether you want to fish or cut bait. But more important than the actual wins and losses is the development and the building of confidence for Ja Morant beside Jaren Jackson Jr. and for Brandon Clark beside those two guys, because you're hoping that those are going to be important components of a team that is, if not playoff ready right now, will be playoff ready at the earliest, I would say, by the 2020-2021 season, or even the year after that, and not too far thereafter, a team that we think can compete for home court advantage in the West as a top 4 seed. I think that's, what you're ultimately shooting for in order to be competitive with this young core of talent, and it's not all going to come in this one year at this one time. This coming year, I think you will have some new pieces that work and some that don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to find out pretty quickly, I would think, what you think of Grayson Allen.
Right.
Because he's gonna play. You're also going to see some of C.J. Miles, so you've got a veteran there who can tutor him a little bit. I like that they've got Miles, they've got Jonas Valanciunas, both coming back, both being in roles where they can be veterans, they can play hard every night, and the team's going to win, but they're not going to win every game.
Right.
And they can still be satisfied, I think, being mentors in that way and getting paid, but playing with a team that is actively trying to win and do better, and as this front office has already proven, demonstrating a commitment to the long-term improvement and sort of upward plane of the Memphis Grizzlies in the future. So I think you're preparing for both this coming season, and you want to get looks at certain guys and kind of be able to make a decision by the time that Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. are quote-unquote playoff ready or championship ready, if you will. But you don't need it all in 1 year. Bill Simmons made an interesting point the other day on his podcast. He got an email from a listener that said, you look back at all the NBA championship teams, very rarely is the main guy on that championship team beneath 27 years old. And 27, even though we value youth in the NBA, 27 is a long way from Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
So
7 years away.
Right. So this is a commitment that's going to take some time, which is not to say, look, the Grizzlies are not going to win a championship in 7 years. If I told you today the Grizzlies are going to win a championship in 7 years, you take it. You take it immediately.
If you told me today the Grizzlies are going to win a championship ever, I'd take it.
Right. That's what I mean. But it's going to take some time. It may not be the next 4 years, even if Jaren Jackson Jr. becomes an all-star next year, even if John Morant, makes the all-rookie team next year. They could max themselves out and you still would not win a title, right? That's not going to be the expectation for anybody. But if they do max themselves out, then I think you are expecting the Grizzlies to be a team that wins more games than they won this year, even if that doesn't put them in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's the looking towards the future that is what is comforting about this. It is the fact that you've got these pieces there now. We see them there now, and we are thinking, okay, just develop them, and they could be something special. And then on top of that, all of these assets you have begin to become yours right around the time they are, like you said, set to make that push. Get over whichever hump it is, the playoff hump or conference finals hump or NBA finals hump. Like that, you have the assets. What hurt, one of the things that hurt the core four, one of the reasons that group, that era, wasn't fully maximized was because they swung and missed on Jeff Green.
They did.
And didn't have any other assets available to go out there and put pieces around the core four, a backup point guard, a shooter, those types of things around the core four that would lend itself to them getting more out of them.
Jeff Green, by the way, who now has Dwayne Wade as a hype man. You see this?
No.
Earlier this week?
What happened?
Oh, Dwayne Wade, I don't want to misquote it. Dwayne Wade puts out a tweet in support of Jeff Green.
Yes.
And the tweet is questioning why Jeff Green's so underpaid.
Odd.
Because we have seen Jeff Green, right? We have lived the Jeff Green experience. It's different than the Peter Edmiston experience. It looks very tantalizing on the surface. And Jeff Green, for all that we know of him, is a very good guy and has gone to children's hospitals. And I think when he was here, made a connection with a young child who had heart surgery because Green had heart surgery of his own. I think some heart troubles.
Yes.
But he's always a guy where if he's on your team, he's never quite what's like giving you what is expected of a guy with his talents. Even if he looks good in summer workouts, in open gyms, he's still like sort of the guy that doesn't fully give you what you think he's going to give you. But all the his peers look at him and say, this guy's great. He's active, he produces, he's healthy, he's a good teammate. Like, he does all the things that you're supposed to do.
The answer to Dwayne's question about why Jeff Green is paid the way he is because we have seen what Jeff Green does.
We've seen his movies.
A guy that looks like an all-star physically.
We have seen it.
Doesn't perform like it.
He's with Mike Conley in Utah now.
Mike Conley knows how that already went.
I do not understand. This is the quote from D. Wade on Twitter. I do not understand. Not is capitalized. I do not understand how and why Jeff Green keeps signing these one-year deals for the minimum. This is now 3 years in a row. He's never injured. He's never been a problem in the locker room. He's athletic. He can shoot the three. He can guard multiple positions. And he's not old. And then it's got the shrug in the shoulders emoji. And all of that is true, Dwayne. All of it is true.
Why players don't make good general managers sometimes. The whole evaluation of the talent thing is real tricky sometimes for some of these players.
Speaking of talent evaluation, I didn't want to.
No, you're right.
I don't know how much you guys have talked about this, you and Peter and Max, but I am curious to know how much discussion there's been or how much anticipation there is for what happens with Avery Bradley. Because Avery Bradley coming to the Grizzlies, I should say, via trade, that kind of revived him. I mean, the Avery Bradley that was putting up numbers in Clipperland was not the Avery Bradley of his Celtics tenure. Was not the guy that I think people had expected him to be. And he came to the Grizzlies, and we saw just how good he was on certain nights when he was healthy and when he was the guy who was hot that night. He looked good. I mean, he looked like a guy who could be either a lead guard or your secondary scoring option, on a good team. But I'm curious what people think around here in terms of a return you get for him. If you trade him, can you get a return that's better than what you get for Iguodala? Can you get it like somewhere in that ballpark or something that's less?
I don't think it's going to be better than what you could get for Iguodala, and Bradley could be the second or third guy off of your bench on a good team. I believe he is. Somebody's got to put up those numbers, and that is why at the end of the year, evaluating what players are is hard and it's tricky because you've got a bunch of teams with different goals in mind. You've got teams purposely trying to lose, so they're not putting out the best lineup, the lineup that gives them the best chance of winning. They're not doing that. You're also on a team where you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants. You get traded middle of the year. It's not a lot of time to practice, work on sets, work on plays, work on your stuff, work on your action. It's not a lot of time for that, and because you're playing games constantly. So you're not getting to see that how he handles that sort of thing. But he is a professional. He's been in this league quite some time. He can handle learning a playbook. He's good at that, but or good when it comes to that. But from a sheer what he is standpoint on a winning team, he is.
Is he one of the seven?
He is your
or eight.
Quinn Cook.
You think so?
That is who he is.
Really?
He is going to come off the bench and not mess anything up.
You don't think he's Fred VanVleet?
No. He's not that. Well,
he's not Fred VanVleet after having his kid.
That's the thing. He might be Fred VanVleet. He might be Fred VanVleet, but he's not post-child Fred VanVleet. No, he's not that. He is maybe Danny Green. Like he could fit that role where he comes in, he's asked to play good defense. He's outside of that, just don't mess up the flow of the game. Don't mess anything up for us while we give this starter a break. That is what he is. Do I think they can get something for him? Yes. Why? Because this front office has shown an ability to flip pieces for better assets, and when I say better fitting assets. That this isn't a knock on anybody who's been traded, but the assets that they get back certainly fit the puzzle that they're trying to put together better than the assets that they send away.
Is there something in particular you want in any of the deals that we think are going to happen in terms of a person, not a pick, not something that we can't see and touch, but in something that you want to add to this Grizzlies team when you sort of look at what you think they need and what you might be able to get back if you're the Grizzlies?
Just young players, young pieces to go with your already young core. I want to see what that looks like. And hopefully, the reason why I say a young piece, take a chance like they did on Jackson, and hopefully it works out for you. And you're able with this young piece now to keep him around with your young core and really foster a culture here that lends itself to you being better ready, better prepared when it comes time to make that jump. Right? When Jaren is ready, when Ja has more experience, and when this young piece, whomever it is, be it Josh Jackson, Brandon Clark, Dylan Brooks, something is ready to go with them, to go along with them, because you take a chance in free agency. Everybody takes a chance in free agency. The Lakers thought Paul George, no way Paul George is going to stay in Oklahoma City. We're going to get him in free agency. Paul George stays in Oklahoma City. The Knicks thought, hey, we're going to get 2 free agents. Guess what? 2 max free agents. Guess what? They didn't do it.
No.
You can't risk your franchise's future on luring a free agent in, especially in Memphis, a market where it's not as glamorous as some of the other ones. So you've got to have those pieces on your team via drafts and trades so that when it's time to go, you can go out there and compete at a high level. So for me, just take a chance on more young assets, another player who is young, and hopefully somebody hits and they're already on your roster so that when the rest of the NBA realizes how good they are and their contract is up, you can offer them the most money because you got the bird rights. That is what I'm looking forward to, or looking to this front office doing, and what they have done when you think about going out there and grabbing Josh Jackson. We got to take a break. Last segment of the show and of the week. So don't touch that dial. We got more to get to right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
A great restaurant knows that first impressions are important, and 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination, always gets things started right. Prime has the most appetizing appetizers you're going to find anywhere. Start with the char-grilled oysters or roasted Brussels sprouts with Benton's bacon, or the green eggs and ham, Benton's country ham with green pea deviled eggs, or the breathtaking butcher's platter, and your meal is off to a truly special start. That's no surprise, because if you want a special meal downtown, you want to go to Prime.
Come celebrate Independence Day with Edwin Watts Golf Shops this July 4th through Sunday the 7th. Incredible deals in every department. Save up to $200 on the Callaway Rogue Woods and irons. Score 2 dozen Wilson Duo Soft Optics golf balls for just $35. And buy any Puma apparel item and get the second Puma item for 25% off. Get these deals and more 4 days only at Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
Celebrate the 4th of July all the way till the 7th at Family Leisure. Play gyms now only $17.76. Dining sets as low as $5.99. 24-foot pools installed only $19.99. Replacement pools $9.99. All in-stock polyadirondack chairs are 20% off. Get free delivery and installation on grills and outdoor kitchens. The savings are exploding at Family Leisure now through July 7th. Family Leisure, Whitten Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Hi, folks. Good news from Sunrise Chevy in Collierville. Sunrise took additional inventory for the spring market. Now, Sunrise must sell 500 new and used cars and trucks to make room for new Chevys on the way. Huge discounts and 0% financing, or GM will provide up to $5,000 cash now. Shop and compare hundreds of new Chevys, Buicks, and GMCs all under one roof. And don't forget, a $5 million used car inventory. If your car needs body work, bring it to Sunrise. We work on all makes and models. If your Chevy needs service, bring it to Sunrise no matter where you bought it. Find new roads at the Sunrise Chevy Range, 385 in Houston, Levy, and Collierville.
I'm here with Anna and Catherine, 2 of Mr. Charlie Virgos' granddaughters, at the Rendezvous restaurant. Okay, ladies, you guys and gals now ship a Rendezvous nacho box. Why had no one thought of that before?
We do. We have no idea. Someone suggested it to us, and at first even we went, can we make that work? So we sent a bunch of sample boxes to friends and family to only rave reviews.
Okay, so what comes in the nacho box?
Get Rendezvous pulled pork, a bag of Brim's corn chips, a bottle of Rendezvous barbecue sauce, a bottle of Rendezvous seasoning, a tub of Poncho's cheese dip, and a jar of Flo's pickled jalapenos from Felicia Suzanne's.
The box is $99, which includes overnight shipping. It makes 6 to 8 full dinner-sized nachos or feeds way more if you're just serving it as an appetizer.
It truly is a perfect taste of Memphis. A great gift for family, friends, clients, coworkers, or just some Memphis expats.
Where do we order these delicious nachos?
At hogsfly.com.
Mr. Charlie Virgos' Rendezvous Restaurant, a family-owned restaurant in downtown Memphis in the alley since 1948.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Experience, the last segment of not only the show, but of the week. Gonna get out here and go to the weekend. Max getting it over there. Max likes to get funky. I see you, boy. I see you. Go ahead and do that thing over there.
He should have his own camera.
We say
They say this all the time.
constantly.
And I'm glad we don't have one.
We've got like 500 cameras in this studio right now.
Enjoy the anonymity.
We could get
Max.
you one.
Enjoy the
We're going to
anonymity.
get one over there. I'm going to talk to somebody about that. We have been talking a lot of Grizzlies. We talked a lot of MLB. Talk about charisma and star players and why that matters. And I can't remember what else we talked about. We've been just talking.
We talked about cheese.
We
talked about a little bit about the Little Mermaid, I think. And
well, now that you bring up the Little Mermaid.
Beast? Oh, no. What did I go?
Yes.
What did I open
yes,
up
you
now?
did. You did. Simu Liu, Kim's Convenience. Do you watch that show?
No.
No, it is on the Netflix. Watch it. It is great. He is the oldest son in that show. He would be a great Prince Eric. Great.
You just brought up another totally random Netflix show on a weekend where this is dedicated to Stranger Things. That's bold. That's a bold show.
Oh, are you into Stranger Things, Max?
Yes.
And you too?
Yeah.
I didn't know Stranger Things was popping off.
Oh, it's popping off right now.
Okay. Is it out now?
It's out now.
Season 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen, in between Stranger Things shows, because here's the deal. My understanding of Stranger Things, I can't watch it because one TV in the house, wife and I, when we're together, we watch shows that we both like.
Yeah.
And Stranger Things gives off a unsolved mysteries type of vibe where it's not like a horror genre, but it'll certainly spook you a bit. And my wife is not here for any of that. So I'm not able to. And then with the Bakis and the One Punch Mans of the world, I'm into the anime stuff. I'm not able to fit it into my rotation. But I hear great things about it. You guys clearly like it. So are we just like holed up in the house, just locking doors, like gonna stream this all weekend?
You know it's a flex when Netflix wants to release a big show on the day of all days where everybody wants to be outside, and they want to see how many people they can put inside. That's a pretty big flex.
Or you just start it this weekend, which is what I'm going to.
There you go.
So Saturday, Sunday, is it an hour-long episodes?
It's like 40 minutes.
40 minutes or so.
Like that.
Okay.
50 minutes.
CJ, did you ask about Joey Chestnut?
Yes, I did ask about Joey Chestnut.
Well, obviously, he won.
Clearly, he won
4 in a row now.
12th
one.
championship.
Yep.
Okay.
The Jeffrey Esper, who was the second-ranked eater in the world, finished third, and Chestnut beat him by 24 or 27.
Is that a big margin? Like the way that 1 second is a big margin in swimming, you know? Like is 24 hot dogs a big margin or whatever it is? But also, who finished second if not the second-ranked person in the world?
Darren Breeden.
Darren.
50.
Darren.
Now I want to know
Darren.
who this Darren guy is. I'm curious. What's his last name, Max?
Breeden. Breeden.
There's a joke there. I don't know what it is, though.
About Darren?
Somewhere.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that it's spelled with an O. So I just want to make sure that Darren with an O looks the way I think.
Oh, Darren with an O.
Darren with an O. And Darren with an O, in fact, indeed, does not look the way I think a Darren with an O should look.
Like Darren Williams? Or Darron?
Darron. Because that is almost Duran.
Almost.
And we know what Duran looks like. We know the make and model of a Duran. No, Darren looks completely different. 24 hot dogs. Have you eaten 24 hot dogs this year?
Oh, yeah.
No. Probably like 6.
That's different for you. You work in a ballpark. That doesn't count. Max, 6?
I had 2 yesterday. So I had 4 previously.
I get chili cheese dogs about once a month. At least once a month.
From, or do you not want to say?
I mean, they don't sponsor the show, but
Okay.
Sonic has delightful chili cheese conies. Like, I mess. My favorite fast food item is a chili cheese coney from Sonic. Don't know why, but it is. So I've done that virtually at least once a month, sometimes a couple of times a month. And I don't think I've gotten up to 24 hot dogs so far this year. I don't think I'll get 24 hot dogs.
How many can
this
you
year.
eat in 10 minutes?
In 10 minutes? No, sir. That you do not go chili cheese dog.
No, I'm talking about just the regular hot dogs.
regular hot dogs. Oh, okay, because I am savoring that.
Probably,
I am napkin in
I could
my
probably
shirt.
get 2 conies in 10 minutes.
2 conies?
Yes.
Why would you savor the coney? This isn't some
How many
Rudy Poo hot dog.
How many regular dogs?
Maybe like 6.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, 6.
6 for you also?
I think I can do 6.
Maybe 4. Maybe 4. Maybe. And again, I'm not here for competitive eating. So the fact that you can eat 24 in 10 minutes, not only eat 24 in 10 minutes, but that is the margin of victory between you and third place. It's 24. How many did he eat? Does it say? Do you know?
47.
Only 47? Didn't my man put out 70 something at one time?
Chestnut had 71
in 10 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, he's losing a step. He's losing a step.
No, he started off fast. He was over during the halfway point. He was, I think, above what the minimum bet was at the 5-minute mark. I think he was past that, the over/under on that.
Are we sure he only put away 47?
Yes. And he's ranked the second eater in the world.
That's not good. That's not good. The game has changed.
Joey gets his $10,000.
Is a chili cheese part of your weekend? It's part of your weekend plans?
No, the chili cheese dog is not.
No. Is it part of your weekend plans, man?
I got a fish fry to go to today.
All right.
Got a fish fry.
Enjoy that.
A 5th of July fish fry. We're going to make it pop. Make it work. Pop like fish grease. You know what I'm talking about. What you got going on this weekend?
We got a little bit of the football tomorrow. We got 901 FC.
901 FC.
Taking on Hartford.
I'm going to that.
I'll be there tomorrow.
I'm going to that.
I'll be there, too. I'm calling the game.
You're calling the game?
Calling the game.
Oh, I'm going to have to get is there a way I can stream it?
It's on ESPN Plus.
Okay.
And Local 24, I believe.
Nice.
The CW30.
Nice. I'm going to have to get there, get set up. So we are going to rooftop it.
Okay.
So we're going to be on the rooftop, and I'll be able to stream it, get to listen to Tyler Springs calling the 901 FC game.
I don't know if this is
going to be
delay or not,
exciting.
but go ahead, yeah.
What are
Memphis 901 going for their
Who are they
their
playing
first
for?
Hartford.
Hartford. Okay.
And Hartford's a gettable team. It's a gettable team.
Okay. Sure. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
I got a fish fry tomorrow. I got the soccer game tomorrow. And then Sunday, who knows? I might see what this Stranger Thing is that you guys are harping about.
Sneak it.
I'm going to sneak it in there.
Watch a trailer. And then see if it,
if it
turns
speaks
into
to
something
me.
for you. Yeah.
Okay. I will do. Thank you guys so much for listening all week without Peter. He is back on Monday, unfortunately. So if Peter Edmiston is your thing, tune in. Whole milk, baby. He'll be back with us. I can't wait to talk to him. Thank you so much, Tyler, for joining me today.
You bet.
We cashew milk right there, ladies and gentlemen. Max, thank you for your effort as well.
No problem.
2% over there on the other side. I am CJ. This has been The Experience. Stay tuned. Middays is next right here on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Campbell Clinic now offers